Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the United Gamedom podcast. I believe this is episode 80, which is of course our yearly E3 special. Yes, we are actually doing one of these despite the fact that me and Des and also Derek for the last one, we pretty much went through we did our live reactions to each of the sort of bigger conferences slash briefings slash direction, whatever you want to call them. But we are just going to go through some of the highlights and lowlights of each of the conferences, and also of course to get Derek's thoughts on the other conferences since he wasn't a part of most of them. So of course with me is Dennis Poirier. Hello Dennis, how you doing this evening?
Hey, pretty good. I'm ready to talk E3 one more time before we don't talk about it for another year.
Yeah. I'm sure you're probably a bit down in the dumps though, because your team lost in the World Cup.
Yeah, no, that's too bad, but I mean, all the underdogs are winning right now, so
Yeah, I have not watched a single second, and I don't care. You know me in football.
Yeah.
And of course, the Minnesota Miracle Man, Derek. Hello, Derek. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
I am not watching the World Cup either.
Are you into any sports?
I'm like one of those people that jumps on when the teams are doing well.
Oh, jumping the bandwagon.
Yeah, the bandwagon guy.
I mean, I do like the Vikings probably the most out of all the teams that are here in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So I kind of follow them to a certain degree, but the other teams, I
think the Twins are doing all right now.
I don't know. But the Wild and the Timberwolves got in the playoffs for the first time in a while. But of course they lost in the first round, which is what every single Minnesota sports team always does. They lose in the first round.
Yeah.
And then, except for the Vikings, where every 10 years they make it to the championship game and then they lose, which is what happened last year. So.
Yeah, sounds like Montreal.
Yeah. It's not great for any of your sort of main teams though. Like, I don't support any team, so I don't really care though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But anyway, enough about sports. We're not here to talk about sports. We're here to talk about video games. The Electronic Entertainment Expo just happened.
We're here to talk about EA and EA Sports.
We're not going to go on too long about EA, of course. We'll get to that in just a few moments here. But yeah, E3 Electronic Entertainment Expo has come and gone for another year, and it was quite a weird year in terms of the conferences. Now, of course, there's a lot of games that I'm very much looking forward to that have come out, even though some of them we've already known, but we've seen more of. Others ones were unveiled, and it's like, yep, I'm definitely interested in this here. We'll get through some of those ones we're looking forward to most as we continue on here. As we do sort of every year, we're just going to go through each of the main conferences, but we're not going to go through every single bit here because I am on a sort of time limit, because I have to go to work in like 2 odd hours time, so hopefully we don't go on too long here. But anyway, we're going to start with the one that started last Saturday. Well, not yesterday now, the Saturday before, which was of course EA Electronic Arts, but I am not going to go on too long on this one here.
Not a whole lot anyway.
I just thought it was not a whole lot anyway. It's just your standard run-of-the-mill EA. They showed sports games, they showed a bit of Battlefield 5, they showed Anthem at the end. And they also said, they had one of those things where, we're going to announce a name of the game, but show no footage. It's like, what is the point? Like, show us some sort of CG trailer. Like, that would have been at least show us something, even if it's just a CG trailer or something.
I think that was that was a little bit of the recurring theme in this E3. It's like, hey, we're announcing the Elder Scrolls 6, but here's only a little like flyby of some.
Yeah,
place.
but at least they showed more than what fucking the guy from Respawn said. We're just here that our Star Wars games, Star Wars The Fallen Jedi Order or something?
Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like, okay. That's it.
We have nothing to
Just
show you,
can-
but hey, we're just
We have nothing to show you just yet, though. We could have just, like, again, a CG, like some
concept
sort of
art or
trailer
something.
yeah, concept art or something. Like, at least show something. But what's the point of just saying, okay, we're just here to announce the game? Because we know that's been worked on for a while now, so have.
Mhm.
So you thought those show something. Like, I'm not looking for gameplay, just like show it, like I said, concept art or like a CG trailer or something. It's like, okay, this game's happening. Let's just see what sort it's all about. But no, just the name, that's it.
Yeah, and we know nothing about it more than that. So
Yeah. They had like a Battlefront 2 kind of sort of thing, just basically saying, hey, we are sorry that we fucked up.
Yeah.
Here's there's going to be a Han Solo thing showing up.
Clone
He
Wars.
plays Clone Wars is the solos thing. You play as young Han Solo from the recent film. And yeah, Unravel 2 was unveiled, which is cool for me, but it's co-op, which is great, and then I found out, it's all local only, so
yep,
that sucks.
localized co-op, which is pretty.
Yeah. I know, like, some people, it's like, yeah, still, like, most of the time, whenever I say co-op, it's like, yes, and then when I see local, it's like, oh. Because, like, I have no one here to play with, and usually play co-op games with your two, either you, Dennis, or you, Darren, like, either one of you, so I usually just play with. That's really it. Any of you guys have thoughts on the, or just there?
I think it's pretty much
most
Anthem.
of it. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry, Derek, but I think most of it is Anthem, right? For everybody.
Yeah, the entire time I couldn't care less about anything except for Anthem, where I like started paying attention, but it was kind of weird that they presented it as like a Q&A. And they're like, oh, here, finally we're going to show you some gameplay. It's like, just show me the gameplay. You know, you can do the Q&A in a separate event or something. So, I mean, it looks interesting, but it's not like mind-blowing, like, oh my god, I have to play it right now kind of thing. You know?
Yeah, like, I'm looking forward to playing it, but I'm not like, oh my god, I'm putting this money down right now. I want to play this game as soon as possible now.
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing along those lines. But it pretty much, from what I've seen, it just pretty much looks like, okay, it's going to be BioWare's version of Destiny. So
it's pretty much Destiny.
That's which, like,
meets
if it has the gameplay, if it has like the good gameplay and at least a story, then it's already better than the vanilla Destiny.
Yeah.
At that point. It's coming out next February, which will be also another recurrent theme for this E3, where every fucking game is coming out in February.
Yeah, February 22nd.
Yeah. It's like, what, 3 or 4 games coming out the same bloody day? It's like,
more than that, I think.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
There has to be
it's
some
like
changes. Like, every game cannot come out on February 22nd. That's impossible.
Yeah, February's the new November.
Yeah, pretty much.
And also there's a bunch of games releasing early October now, whereas they would release around end of October or start of November. And I think because of the reason why is because they're getting out of the way for a certain game that's coming out October 26th.
Yep. If they want to sell their game.
Yeah. Like, it's just weird seeing Call of Duty coming out in early October. It's like, wow, it's just weird because it's always out November.
Yep.
But this year it's out October. But yeah, anything else?
Not really.
No.
I don't think so.
No, that's it. Yeah. They did have a kind of cringeworthy, but oh yeah, that awful fucking demo of Command
Oh, yes.
Rivals.
Yep. Mobile game. Yeah.
Yeah. Which was excruciating to watch.
Yeah, that was really
like me and Dennis were just like, I was just gritting my teeth. I was like, oh, they're really showing a mobile game of the shoutcaster on a fucking stage.
Yep.
Is that like they couldn't have anything else in relation to? No, that was just, I did not like that whatsoever. Like, no one gave a shit. The only people who cared about that thing was the 2 people playing the damn game.
Yeah, exactly.
No one else.
But you know, it's Command and Conquer, so.
Yeah, but a lot of people are pissed off. It's like, okay, they're bringing back Command and Conquer, but it's gonna be it's a mobile game now, and of course it will have microtransactions.
Yep.
So I'm sure a lot of people are not happy with that now.
No.
Cause I think it's been quite some time since the actual last Command and Conquer game. Like there was that Command and Conquer 4, and there was like this free to play one, which I think got cancelled, or actually don't know if it actually ever came out. But yeah, I'd say yeah, nothing. There was that Sea of Solitude game, which looks interesting as well, but I'd like to see more of it. But that's pretty much it for me. Yeah. On to Microsoft now, which I had pretty low expectations coming in, to be honest. It's like, okay, show me something that makes me want to get an Xbox One X. And while they showed some games, they look really good now. Again, some of them I can play elsewhere, and also I don't really need an Xbox One X now.
Yeah.
Like, if I want to get an Xbox One X, I have to get a 4K TV first, because there's no point getting an Xbox One X
if you don't have
4K TV. Yeah. Like, you can get one now, Dennis, because you have a 4K TV, but for someone like myself, no. So what do you guys? What do you think of the Microsoft conference?
Go ahead, Derek.
I mean, I thought it was pretty solid. It was just, game. There wasn't a whole lot of downtime, which was good. But like you said, I just wanted them to give me a reason to buy. I don't even have an Xbox One, let alone an Xbox One X. But I was looking for a reason to get one, and there's definitely no reason, because anything that was exclusive I can get on PC. Or anything that's multi-platform I'll get on PS4 or PC. So, yeah, they didn't really give me any reason to get their console, but they do have a solid, they had a solid list of games for their conference for sure.
I actually thought it was like the most enjoyable one to watch overall. To me,
yeah, I think it was the most enjoyable one.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because the other ones had their sort of low moments, or like like Ubisoft, I thought was pretty good to watch as well. But like the other ones, we'll get to Bethesda though. Like I was talking to Derek about this one here. Like he thought it was like pretty good though, but I was like, yeah, but like I was watching this at 4 in the morning. I was like watching this at 3 in the morning now.
You just wanted it to be over. So you could go
like I'll have a little rant later on with the Todd Howard show, as I'd like to call it. But yeah, what do you think, Dennis?
Very solid press conference. I mean, a lot of great stuff was shown. I mean, Forza Horizon 4 looks great. I know you were excited about it because it's in your
it's in UK. Yeah, it's in UK though. That's pretty much made me more interested in other ways, because like I said to you during the stream though, I've been playing less and less of each new iteration. Like I played a lot of the first one, played less in the second one, played even less in the third one. So, but the whole UK set is like, yep, I'm more interested in this now, because this is where I live, and they had a shot of Edinburgh, which is cool in it me, because I spent a year there in university, so I did. So I know that area, so it's pretty cool.
And the thing I heard afterwards is that it's going to be a whole lot like Test Drive Unlimited. Like you're actually gonna have a home. You can build your own house and have your stuff and your cars in there, and it's gonna be online all the time, and it's gonna be real people, not drivatars. It's gonna be real people online driving around. So that's interesting. It'll be an interesting thing.
Wonder what the progression is going to be like.
Yeah, I wonder.
I hope there's more to it than just here do these events and get these points and stuff.
Well, you do see the bracelets in the trailer. Like the guy has
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I noticed it a little bit. Like in the trailer, he has a bracelet. Like in the first game, where you had to progress through the thing. So I hope they bring that back. So it's more of a progress thing, and not just okay, you finished, you beat this guy, and well, it's not over. You can continue and do all these races now, and so, okay. Well, there's no real ending. I hope there is one in this one. So.
Yeah, like you said during this stream that you think that was pretty much still like the best progression system in the series now, which I agree.
Yep. I do.
Because like the second one's like, hey, you've done it all, but now do it all over again.
Yep.
It's like, okay.
And the third one never finishes
already.
So.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I'm very much in Forza Horizon 4 because of that now, and like I do like the whole seasons change. It's like, yeah, autumn, or fall, winter, spring, summer.
Yeah, another thing, it's going to be every week that the seasons change. That's what they said on the Giant Bomb.
It's once a week?
Yep.
Weird.
Like 1 week it's going to be winter, the next week it's going to be fall, and spring and summer and fall and all that. It's going to change.
I guess that gives people a reason to play it for at least a month.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, I guess. Because people would be wanting, like, okay, I want to see this in winter now. Why is it taking so long?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than actually... It'd just be funny if they actually just did it, said during the season it is. Like, it's coming in October, which would be autumn, fall. So just basically have it fall and then wait till winter happens. Yeah, like real time pretty much, yeah.
That was the rumor that Vinny had heard. But Jeff said, no. They can't do that. Like, it's... They can't really do that with the game. It's gonna...
Yeah, because the people will be like getting sick of it by that point. It's like, okay, I want to play in winter now.
Yeah.
I don't want to play in autumn anymore. So basically having it change every week is probably the best idea at this moment.
Yep, that's a very good idea.
Yeah, Microsoft showed off a lot of games here. Like, to be honestly though, like the one I'm looking forward to the most is, of course, From Software's latest game, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, which is like, okay, it was neither a new Bloodborne game or new Tenchu game or like a Shadow Tower game, like that's sort of what the rumors were. But nope, it's a new game set in feudal Japan, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I think this looked awesome, and it's, like I said now, it's one of my favourite games from the show. Any thoughts?
Yeah, looks cool. I'm worried about the parry system because it looks like you have to be really good at parrying. So I don't know. Normally I don't do parries in any video game except for Bloodborne, which you kind of had to. So I hope that it's easy enough to get into. But it looks good though.
Yeah, it does look very good.
Like I do love kind of sort of those settings though, because it seems to be coming back in a style though, because there was this, then there was Neo 2 was announced. We'll get to it later. Mm-hmm. And also they showed off Ghost of Tsushima.
That looks good.
Which is also another setting. It's like, yep, there's 3 kind of games sort of setting around the same sort of area, and I'm just here sitting as well. That's cool. Yep. Can Capcom bring back Onimusha, please? Mm-hmm. Because I love the Onimusha series, and I just wish they'd bring it back. But at least Capcom are making new games now, rather than they're remaking a certain game, but at least it's not like flipping releasing Resident Evil 4 for the umpteenth time.
Mm-hmm. Did it show?
They started off with like 90-second trailer, I think it was, for Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
which we have no idea what it is.
Yeah, like I thought they would have showed some gameplay. Like, it's in the fact it's been like over 2 years since Halo 5. Mm-hmm. Like at this point, you thought they would have showed something more than that. Like, cool, I guess, but I want to see more, and also I want to see if this is going to be worth buying, because
it's going to be a fucking battle royale. That's what it's going to be.
No, well, it's Master Chief's in the trailer now, so it has to be a. But with the name Halo Infinite, I'm not going to be surprised. There is going to be probably a single player campaign, and probably the multiplayer will be a battle royale. There will be a battle royale mode, because it seems to be the whole in thing now. Like Battlefield 5, I forgot to mention, it's going to have a battle royale mode now, which is like, yeah, great for those people who like it. But I'm kind of getting sick of seeing every single game, like kind of game in the genre.
Yeah, wasn't that the only game that had it that was announced here? Like everybody assumes like, oh, it's going to be every single multiplayer game is going to have battle royale. Like, there was a lot of jokes on Twitter about Unravel 2 battle royale and FIFA battle royale and that kind of stuff. But I don't think there was anything other than Battlefield.
I don't think no. No, you're right.
Yeah, as far as I can see now, like there might be ones that we just don't know about now, but in terms of, like the main big hitters now, yeah, that's the only one I can think of, which is like that's great now because I'm just getting tired of hearing it now.
Last of Us 2 Battle Royale.
Like, oh jeez. Well,
it would be funny. I don't know.
Well, just fucking 100 alleys going around killing fucking guys with like hatchets and that.
Yeah.
Well, that multiplayer mode from the first game had like you were playing as other characters.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's
and apparently
why
apparently it was pretty good, but I never played it.
I never touched it either though. But like they've done pretty good jobs. Like most of the Uncharted games, like I remember playing a bit good, like a good amount of the.
Yeah, they did the multiplayer.
Uncharted 2 multiplayer. Yeah. Uncharted 2 multiplayer was quite good. It was quite fun. So yeah.
They showed a pretty lengthy trailer of Crackdown 3, which kind of surprised me a little bit. I thought that game was dead after it had been pushed back for the.
I'm still waiting for that game to be cancelled though. To be honest, at this point, I'm just gonna be shocked if it actually does come out.
Yeah, it will come out. I'm pretty sure it will.
It's due to come out next February as well, but as I said, that game's been delayed just numerous times at this point. It's like okay.
That's actually dropped from my most anticipated list. Like I don't. Like it does not look like a current gen game to me. It looks like a 360 game.
I agree.
And they haven't really showed a whole lot, you know. Like I mean, I did like that quack quack motherfucker thing from the trailer, but that's about it.
Quack quack motherfucker.
Well, I hope he's playable. I hope we can play him.
He's like the main character, I think.
I think he is the main
that's
character.
him.
You play as him.
Yeah, that makes me a little bit more excited for that game. But
yeah, because it showed you footage of him as that character
himself,
though in the single player. Yeah, I forgot his character's name now. I think it's something Jackson or something. I completely forgot the character's name. Yeah, but like when me and Daz were watching, it's like I said to him, this looks like kind of like not Crackdown, like kind of like Saints Row with the like construct like the structure just go around like this playground and firing like all sorts of weapons and stuff like that there. That's pretty much
it did remind me of Saints Row a little bit.
Yeah, well like the later Saints Row, not the first two now, the third and fourth one pretty much, and the fourth one was pretty much their take on Crackdown anyway, so it was so
exactly
might as well Crackdown do the same thing with Saints Row now. Kingdom Hearts 3, which was like
on every fucking
show,
like 3 press conferences.
Yes, 3 conferences, and like this one, and then the Square Enix one, there's like mostly the same trailer, but there is a few
just
extra
a couple
things,
little differences.
Yeah, like I actually thought it was the same trailer, but then realized, oh no, there's not. There's a few little extra stuff happening. It's like that's coming out next January 29th. Like, I like the Kingdom Hearts. I wouldn't say I'm like a huge, massive fan now, because if I was, I would have played every single one of them, which I've not. But I remember I loved playing the first one and loved playing the second one. Like, I actually got the second one and I stayed over with my granny's house. So she like sort of take care of her for the week. And that was pretty, like, I spent the week there pretty much playing the shit of that game and, you know, getting everything and unlocking, like, the extra ending and that there.
Have you ever played it, Darren?
Yeah, I played the first one and finished it, but I haven't played any other ones.
Okay.
The second one's better. So it is. Like, it's a better game.
Yeah, because that first one looks really bad from what I've seen. Maybe it doesn't hold up, of course, but, you know.
Yeah, like looking back, and it doesn't hold up though. The gameplay is a lot like sort of faster in the second one now, and like watching the gameplay footage of the third one, it's like this looks a lot more like, you know, from the second one, and like Birth by Sleep, which I played a bit of but not much, and some Kingdom Hearts fans consider it to be the best one in the series.
Yeah,
so they do. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. It just looks gorgeous, though. Just like the different worlds it has. Like,
it does look really good. Yeah.
It has like Frozen in it, of course. It was shown at the things. Like, yeah, finally Frozen, of course. That's not a surprise considering the fact that's the most successful Disney animated film of all time now.
Yeah.
And they have like Pixar, a lot of Pixar. They have Toy Story, they have Monsters Inc., they have Ratatouille, which is awesome because they're like three of my favorite Pixar films.
There's
but yeah,
a lot of Pixar actually in that.
Yeah.
So
very much looking forward to it anyway. So I can Devil May Cry 5 was announced, which and also I just did not like the fact as well because when they came on stage, it kind of felt like they threw DMC under the bus, which I was not a big fan of.
Yeah.
They pretty much like kind of like so the fans have been we have been hearing from your fans that have been clowning for new Devil May Cry games. Like the ones that dickheaded some of those ones. I'm not sure, not everyone now, but
that's not my Dante.
Some of those ones who just did not give DMC the time of day, which is like a damn shame because that game was awesome.
Yeah, it was very good.
And so was, but yeah, this is the fifth one. I've only ever finished the first one on the DMC Devil May Cry, and this one 6 looks like you're going to be playing as Nero again, which was the case for 4. You played half that game as Nero, and then you played half of it as Dante.
Yeah, you went back as Dante. Yeah, that's the one I finished.
Yeah. You pretty much played the same areas in that one with 2 characters. It's like, okay, that kind of sucks. So hopefully, I think you play as Nero, and I think you play as the woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you play as you can maybe play as Dante as well.
Dante shows up at the end of the trailer.
Yeah, looking really old.
Yeah, looking battered.
So, any of you guys have any thoughts on this?
On Devil May Cry?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, it looks good. I love DMC, as you did. Finished 4. Never played the other ones, but I did finish 4. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. Looks good. Looks like a good game.
The first one will probably be... Go ahead.
I was going to say, I have never finished any of them. I played some of the first one, and I just couldn't finish it. Like, it was too hard. And I never played the remake, 2, 3, or 4, so I don't really have any opinion on this.
I thought you had played DMC. I thought you had played... Okay.
I played the demo, but I never played the full game.
Yeah, I'd recommend it though. Like you probably get it for dead cheap nowadays. It's like I think it's definitely it's an easy. Well, it was easy enough for me.
Yeah, it's not very hard. It's not very hard. So
no.
If I finished it, it's not very hard.
Yeah, but it's a great game though. Like I just thought it was like one of the best playing games. Like I finished the first one. It's probably hard to go back to nowadays, considering like the evolution. Like go like if you play DMC and then actually try to go back to the first one, it's like it'd be very hard too because
it started out as like a Resident Evil game, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that it has like the ice, like locked in camera angles and stuff like that now.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like a melee action Resident Evil in a way, so it is. But like I love Devil May Cry is one of my favorite PlayStation 2 games. A lot of people love 3. For what you said you couldn't finish the first one because it was too hard. That was pretty much me with 3. I got like to the first Virgil fight and I could not beat him. That was where I stopped there. So yeah. You
forgot
a lot of other
Gears.
games here.
You forgot Gears.
Gears 5, the Gears thing at the
Gears
end.
Pop.
Gears Pop. Yeah.
I was like, what?
I would have loved if that was it. That was their big announcement. Here's Gears Pop. Thank you. Good night. I would have laughed my ass off.
Really?
Because also people like when he say the Gears things. Oh, here's Gears 5, and then it's like, nope. They cut the thing, and it's like, wait a minute, it's Funko Pops. It's Marcus Phoenix Funko Pop.
Yeah,
I
was
hate
like,
those
okay.
things.
A lot of people hate those things. I could see why, because they just pretty much milk every single franchise. They have every single thing known. They have WWE. They have flipping Walking Dead. They have Overwatch. They have like all sorts of video games, all sorts of movies. Pretty much everything. Like if you're looking for something, hey, I want a Dragon Ball Z one. They'll probably have some sort of Dragon Ball Z one or something.
Are they very
it's gonna die at some point, and they're just gonna it'll be like Beanie Babies, where they were huge at the time, but they're worth like nothing.
Yeah.
10 years from now.
I actually have one of those. It's still boxed somewhere. So
a pop or a Beanie Baby?
A Beanie Baby.
Oh.
Because I thought it would be worth a lot later on, but probably not. But yeah, Funko Pop. There's like a ton of those. I think they're expensive. Some of them, right? Some of them are like
like some of them are like bigger than others. Therefore, they're going to be a bit more expensive. And there's like double pack ones as well. Like the Young Bucks, they're releasing one with Kenny Omega and that there as well. It's like everyone. It's just every single fucking thing.
Yep.
Like I have one. I got Symmetra for Overwatch. That's the only one I have.
I kind of wanted some at one point, but I said, nah. It's going to clutter the house and everything, so no.
No, I'm good. I know people who have a huge collection of them. Like Noelle Foley. Like, have you seen a video of her, like, a while back, though? That video she shows, like, she has a fucking everything boxed and that. There's like, jeez Louise.
Nope, not me. But Gears 5, sequel to Gears 4, seems interesting.
Yeah, you seem to be playing as Kat in this one. Or Kate. I don't know how you pronounce it now. It's K-A-I-T. I don't know if it's Kat or
Probably
Kate.
Kate.
I think it's Kate. Yeah, you seem to be playing as her this time round. Kind of find out. Yeah, pretty much like at that cutscene that shows like, if you haven't played Gears of War 4, then you pretty much that's the ending to it.
Yeah, you got it spoiled. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's the ending of 4.
Yeah, it's the ending of 4 spoiled too. So but I'm sure everyone who cared enough to play Gears at this point has played it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, like the whole spoiler at the end is like she shows like the necklace with the locust symbol. That's kind of what you find out at the end of 4 now.
Yep.
So it is. And yeah, Gears 5 looks set sort of learn more about it. You have to go to a certain area, which is like, okay, I'll be interested to see what it is. Like I'm in for a new Gears game after watching that trailer. Like I wasn't so much before, but after watching that trailer, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm kind of amused in the new Gears game. Like, me and Dennis enjoyed playing the fourth one.
Didn't have really any story. The story was kind of boring.
It was kind of just like a retreading a bit of the first Gears, just with these new creatures who are pretty much might as well been locusts.
Yeah.
What they called the Swarm, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I forget the name of the actual creatures though, but they're pretty much, it might as well just be locusts though. Locust 2.0.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to trying out Gears, and I had Gears Tactics as well, which is pretty much, this is Gear XCOM, it seems, turn-based strategy game, but set in the Gears universe, which like people who like those turn-based strategy games like XCOM and that's great for them.
Yep.
Not so much for me. One that I thought that Derek would probably be jizzing himself over though, but he seemed not to be he seemed to be, okay, I'm excited for this, but not like jizzing my pants now in anticipation. Dying Light 2 was announced.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for that too. Really, really.
Yeah, I want to play it, but I'm not like, it's not blowing my mind like, oh my god, I have to play this right now kind of thing.
It's actually because of Derek that I started playing it. I really loved it. I enjoyed the first game a whole lot.
Yeah, like I was surprised that actually when I was talking to you, you said you finished it. And like, okay, I didn't know you actually finished it.
I did.
I didn't know you'd even played it.
Yeah, I did. I played because you were playing it, and you said you were enjoying it a lot. I was like, I'm gonna try it out, and actually liked it a lot.
When did you play it? Did you play it last year or the year before?
Was it the year before? I think it was the year before. Yeah. The year before.
I think you got on a sale now, so you did. Yeah, I know you got during a holiday sale or something though. I assume it probably might have been because of Derek going on about at the game of the year that year, because it was like very high on his list now.
Yeah, that's the reason.
I think it was 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think it was 2. I think it was 3 because I think Bloodborne was number 2 and then Metal Gear Solid 5 was number 1. But that's not the case now, because you say retroactively it's much the same way with much the same way with me with Dark Souls and Skyrim 2011. It's like retroactively it's Dark Souls and not Skyrim now.
Yeah.
It's my game of the year back then. But yeah, this one looks interesting indeed. It's like, okay, some choices you make kind of affect the world that you go around, which I'm actually curious to see if that lands on its feet.
Yeah, how that actually works.
Where they say it does during the trailer now.
And apparently during the day the zombies
footage.
are not out this time around.
Not out at all?
Yep. They were talking about it during the giant bomb thing. And apparently during the day they're in caves, just like hanging around in caves and not really coming out.
Yeah, because it says here in the IGN thing, it says Dying Light 2, the sequel in which a world ravaged by the night zombie plague.
Yeah, it's the night zombies.
So
they only come out at night this time around.
Yeah, because in the first game, going out at night was like really risky because it was super dark, and there were like way more zombies.
Yep.
So interesting.
Yeah, during the day it's people.
You're fighting like other people, basically.
Yep. Kind of like The Walking Dead.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, The Walking Dead as well. The last season of it's been announced as well, which I think is coming out. I think in August. I think the first episode of it, which is like I'll be getting because I'm the only one in this team that's actually caught up with it.
Actually, I have all the seasons. I haven't played it.
Yeah, I still find funny though that you are the guys who started playing it before I did.
Yeah.
I jumped on, and yet I'm the only one who's actually finished the 3 seasons.
We jumped off and you kept going.
Yeah. But like he's because the reason you stopped playing because you played on you got the 360 version those didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, originally that's the reason. Like I understand it though. Like I got the PC version.
Yeah, because our choices wouldn't carry over.
Yeah, exactly.
On our console.
And I don't want to restart, season 1 and everything. So.
Yeah, like I can't say like I can't really play those games again. No, I just want to just sort of play. Much like the same way I haven't gone back to something like Beyond or Heavy Rain. No, I just like those games to me are just like play them one time through and just have your story, your experience now, and go back to them. Like some people I know tend to go back and say, okay, what happens if I do make this choice, or what happens if I make this choice? It's like it kind of just leads to the same kind of
right. Ultimately, it's not that much of a change.
Yeah,
like at the time, it seems like a big deal, but it's not really.
No.
Yeah. Like what's like Detroit now? I know you played it, Dennis. Like it's pretty much the same thing now. Would it be?
Yeah, it's pretty much that.
Like
you can go back and
pass.
You can actually I watched James Logan play it, and his outcome was way different than mine, like completely different, which makes me think, maybe I'll go back and play it again, and try to get different stuff going, but not right now since I. Finished it not too long ago. I don't really want to go back right away, so I'll wait maybe 6 months to 8 months and maybe jump back in at one point. But his playthrough was really different than mine. Completely different. His ending was completely different. So that's pretty cool. I think it's you can actually lose some of the main characters. So I was left with only one main character at the end. So, yeah.
That's been the case with Heavy Rain games anyway. Like in their Quantic Dream games, like in Heavy Rain especially, all your characters can die.
Yep.
Like a guy from a podcast I listened to, he played it there a few months back, and all the his outcome is like all the main characters except for like one of them, of course, because died.
Yeah.
So yeah. But anyway, I'm not going to go... I know you're very much excited for this here, Dennis. I am as well to an extent, but not to this point you are. The Division 2 was announced.
Yep. I know, I'm very excited for that.
Didn't that leak or something ahead of time? Or did they announce it ahead of time? I thought they did.
I think they did announce it ahead of time.
Yeah, it probably was announced though, but they actually showed like the trailer, showed like a gameplay trailer, and it had that standard sort of, but you kind of forced sort of voice chatter though. Although, like I said to Dennis Jared, it wasn't as bad as it has been. Though there were certain things Jared is like, yeah, I could see myself or Dennis saying something like that there, but there was other points it's like no one
nobody talks like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but there is points. It's like, okay, there would have been a few little instances during it though. Like me and Des, I can easily see any of us say, but but yeah, still like that standard, forced chatter, scripted chatter, pretty much.
But it's pretty much Division. It's pretty much the same thing.
It looked a lot like the Division set in Washington this time round, and I'm looking forward to playing it, because it actually has an end game at this point. It seems to be there would be adding raids, so it's just like, yep, that was the one thing that should have been in the first game.
Yep, they have raids now. Which
hopefully they don't have tons of like weird gimmicks that you have to deal with, like the platforming kind of stuff, or
I hope not. I agree. That was pretty
step
bad.
on these things while you shoot this thing all at the same time, and be really accurate with all your teammates.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there'll be more just sort of standard stuff though, like a net raid maybe from an MMO or something. Like, yeah, like if it's gonna be something along the lines of like Destiny's raids, like nope, I'm out, because I don't want to team up with people who will just screw it up over and over again.
Yeah.
And just like I'm done with this. But if it's just like standard, like a, like kind of like the missions in the first game, but like kind of more sort of spread, like thought out or something, like more like little wee puzzles here and there, but nothing to the extent like you said, like the Destiny raids now, because I just don't want to be dealing with that there with the random people. And I think they're putting it up to 8 players now as well. It's like 8 player raids, I believe. So that'll be interesting as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it. It's coming out on your birthday, isn't it, Dennis?
15th, the eve of my birthday.
The day before your birthday. Yeah, that's right.
When it March 15th or April 15th?
March 15th.
March 15th.
Oh, that's my cousin's birthday.
And I'm usually off that week, so it'll be a perfect time to play. Perfect time to play that game, so it'll be fun.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be come out that year and it won't be shown for the next 2 E3s like the first one was.
Yeah, I hope not. What else did they show at the Microsoft?
There was a few other things here. I'm just going to rattle them off. Then they showed Metroid Exodus. Like, yeah, that looks pretty cool. Fun. They showed more Shadow of the Tomb Raiders, but I don't really need to know more about that game because I'm getting it anyway.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I think it looks great. Cuphead DLC expansion, which is great because I love the first Cuphead. They have Jump Force, pretty much the Smash Brothers of the anime world, the shonen anime world, with characters from Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and One Piece. And then at the end, they had like the character from Death Note as well, which, okay, cool. Battletoads was announced as well, which, okay,
yeah,
that's interesting, I guess. Just Cause 4 was shown, which I couldn't care less about. But I think a lot of people's game of the show pretty much was unveiled at the end. And that was, of course, Cyberpunk 2077. The first trailer.
I think that was pretty much the only big surprise in the entire E3.
That was announced before.
Yeah, it was announced before, but I mean, we didn't expect to see anything. And then just as they were gonna go off the air, thank you for coming, and then it becomes like all Matrix-y gibberish, and then you see the loading stuff, and I was like, oh man, this is cool.
Yeah, like Microsoft's was the only kind of one more thing kind of thing at the end.
Yeah.
Unless you're counting Bethesda's kind of thing, which is like, no, I wouldn't really count that there. But like in terms of like, one more thing, boom.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2077. And yeah.
Looks awesome.
Even if it's no gameplay footage though, but it's like in-game engine, but yeah, it looks fucking awesome. And from what I've heard from people, that the demo was very impressive, and it's actually first person, which there's a guy I follow on Twitter. It's like, I was so looking forward to Cyberpunk, but it's first person now, which means I'm not interested in it anymore. But it's because he suffers from motion sickness.
Okay.
Which like that sucks. So, and like I said to him, I hope they add like a third person option, like Bethesda does with their games, to get it, because to me that would suck for like a portion of the audience can't play this game because it's first person, and they can't play first person games because it suffer from motion sickness. That would just suck. So it would. But yeah, from what I heard, it sounds awesome, and like I love The Witcher 3, and this sets to be, they're going to probably have certain things from this here in this one, even though it's going to be completely different because it's first person.
Yep.
But yeah, it's definitely one of my most anticipated games. I doubt it's coming out next year. Probably I'd say 2020 at the earliest. Because it wasn't a demo shown. Like, it was shown behind closed doors now. I'm sure we'll probably see gameplay footage of it, maybe eventually. But not at the moment.
But I think the Giant Bomb guys saw it and said that it looked like a close to complete game. Like, it really, really looked close to being complete. There was even a button to skip cutscene that they saw. So,
okay.
I mean, you don't put that in a demo usually. You put that in a close to completed game. So, that's interesting. Maybe they'll come out and say, "Hey, actually, it's coming out holiday, so
tomorrow or something."
Yeah.
Or it's out today.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Unravel.
That'll be awesome, though. Yeah, that'll be awesome. It's like, it's out now. It's like, yep, downloading this now.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I want to play that as soon as possible.
Yep.
Like, just watching that, like, I don't play a whole lot of games set in that universe. Like, I only played like a couple now, but I just love that whole static, that cyberpunk aesthetic, though. Like, I loved Syndicate, the first person shooter one that came out a lot of years back.
Yeah.
I just loved the whole feel of that, just the gameplay, the world, just the way it looked. And that game did not get the love it deserved because it was awesome. Like, the co-op in that game was so much fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it just sucked at it so very badly and never got like any DLC or anything though.
That sucks.
So maybe this will maybe that will have this sort of, you know, remind me of it though in a good way when it comes out. Because I heard the gunplay is actually pretty good as well, so it's like, yep, fingers crossed.
It's pretty Blade Runner-esque also. So.
Yeah, it's like it's related to like a tabletop game, Cyberpunk 2020. It's like set in that universe now, which I've never played the tabletop game, but I heard good things about it. So anyway, that was a Microsoft one. Quite interesting indeed.
You're not gonna ask Darren what he thought about Microsoft?
No, I talked about it.
Okay.
We talked about it at the start, so we did.
I should start paying attention.
Bethesda's was next, which is like interesting because this was on at 2:30 in the morning here.
Yeah, so you were pretty sleepy when we.
I was pretty tired at this point, and it's like, yeah, I'm saying if I was I was off the next day anyway. I was off that day anyway on the Tuesday because I booked them all. But if I was working that night, Monday night, I would not have been staying up for it. And to be honest though, after watching it, for me personally, I could have just waited. I could have just waited and watched it the next day because to me, I didn't really care for this one, to be honest. Like, there was a few things there I was like, okay, cool, I guess, but like Rage 2 looks great. Looks pretty cool, so it does.
I'm actually surprised.
I'd like if that had co-op now. It probably doesn't, but to me that would be fun to play in co-op. So it would be. But what did you guys think?
Go ahead there.
I liked it, but it did have some down moments, and it was a little weird with the whole Andrew WK concert at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
And like nobody in the audience like gave two shits about anything that was going on
Nobody
at that
gave
part.
a fuck.
There was a few people though, but most people are like, okay, just sitting here, kind of just sort of with somber faces.
Yeah.
It's like they're at a funeral or something.
Yeah.
Poor guy tried.
Yeah, but I think they had good. I mean, I think they had some pretty good like announcements and stuff, for sure.
Yep.
And I don't know if you guys noticed, but during I think it was during the Quake Champions section, you could see in the background, like in the audience behind the guy talking, was Danny O'Dwyer and Adam Boyes.
Adam Boyes.
Yeah.
Like talking shit about him or doing something like they were mocking the guy talking.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
I noticed them before, but I don't think I think they were. I seen them up behind. I think it might have been the Elder Scrolls card game. Maybe I think it might have been it, or it could have been out of that or the Quick Champions thing. I don't remember exactly, but I did notice them there. Because I actually did show a close-up shot of Danny at one point as well, though. So I was like, okay, he's there now, which obviously does, because he did the whole Bethesda thing, documentary, and Fallout 76 doc, which I've yet to watch. I watched the first one, but I've yet to watch the making of one. But yeah, they showed a bunch of games. But what did you think, Dennis, before we get into the games here?
Well, you know me. If Fallout was shown, I was gonna be excited. So
yeah, that was pretty much all you want to know. It's like, okay, what's Fallout 76? What's this all about?
Yeah.
And it's pretty much what the rumors were. It's like an online sort of online sort of survival game, pretty much per se. But it's like they said it's like a soft core version of it.
Yeah, it's toned down. I think it's like 12 people only per. Is it 12 or 16 per server? Like, there's not a huge amount of. It's not like 100 people like Rust or something like that you get killed every 5 seconds or something. You know, it's
apparently if you die, you don't lose anything.
Yeah.
Which is good, but what I don't know is if you die, do you get respawned right where you died, or do you have to go back to like your base or whatever city you were in last or something?
I'm thinking it will be something like that.
Because that would still suck. Because if you were in the middle of going to some area for a quest, and you have to go all the way back and do that whole thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Fight enemies again that you just killed or something. That would be really annoying. So that's why I'm not excited about this game, because I don't like any kind of PvP at all.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that the fact you don't lose anything is good, but still don't know what the penalty is for death.
Yeah.
Do you just respawn right there and then it's okay? Then if that's the case, then it won't be so bad unless you have some troll players that are just like stalking you constantly and just killing you over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just pretty much griefing you. Like, that's me, like with MMOs. A lot of people love MMOs because they love the whole PvP aspect. I don't care about PvP whatsoever in MMOs and online games like that. I care about the PvE stuff. That's all I care about.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, it's like 4 times the size of Fallout 4. It's set in Virginia. West Virginia. Yep. They showed a lot of it pretty much, so they did. They pretty much, to be honest, it kind of went on a bit too long. It kind of went on a while, so it did the whole Fallout 76.
That was their big game of the show, so they didn't have a choice.
Yeah, but I can understand as well. But at least they showed other games.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't go on like forever. Well, it did go on a bit though, but it wasn't like to the excruciating point of like Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Now, which we'll get to later.
I'm actually surprised for Rage 2, which I actually voiced my displeasure with the first one. But I think this one looks a little bit more meaty.
I think it looks great.
Yeah, it looks a little bit more fun.
Like the powers and stuff, and the shooting looks good. And I've heard that the shooting is like Doom, so that's good because that.
Yeah.
Yeah, from what the gameplay footage is, it did look a lot like Doom now, which is great because like the gameplay in Doom is just so good. It was like it's one of the best first-person shooters. So like to me, it's like in terms of the last few years, in terms of the best like gunplay, like shooting, that and Destiny are like top of the pile for me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it does remind me of Bulletstorm a little bit.
Yeah, I got a mixture of Bulletstorm as well. Yeah. That kind of aesthetic, yeah, definitely. Like Avalanche are making alongside it though, and like in terms like they're doing this, it's like a proper sort of open world game now, which I think a lot of people were thinking that was going to be the first one. Now it's going to be more like open world, but it wasn't really.
No.
I think that was probably one of the reasons why some people were disappointed with it now, because they thought it was going to be like an open world kind of post-apocalyptic game, but it was more like a kind of instance linear sort of. There was like open paths, but it wasn't like open world long lines of say like a Borderlands or like Just Cause or something
Mad
along
Max.
those lines now.
Yeah.
Or Mad Max, exactly, because it's pretty much a first person Mad Max, so it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
which is like, of course,
which sounds cool because that game had a lot of promise, but I don't know, I found it to be pretty repetitive.
Yeah,
and like
it was.
The car combat was good and the driving was really good and it looked very nice, but like the shooting and the hand-to-hand stuff wasn't that great.
Yep.
I played a bit of it now, and I thought I thought the can combat looked like they were trying to go something along the lines of like the Arkham games, but it just wasn't as good. It was just very simplistic in comparison.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Fallout 76, and Rage 2. That's probably the two big games shown.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of other stuff like Doom Eternal, which is the follow-up to Doom, was announced. It's basically saying, hey, Doom's coming out, it's Doom Eternal. You'll see more at QuakeCon, which is like one side of things is like, oh, come on, show some now, but then otherwise
they gotta have something to show that for that.
Yeah, they're gonna show there because that's their big
big event
convention. Yeah, their big convention. You know, like Blizzard has BlizzCon, and you know Minecraft has Minecon, and like a bunch of other various cons out there.
Yeah.
Quake Champion just like they had say, oh, you can play this now for free for a limited time.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't care.
Yeah.
Never been the biggest fan of Quake, to be honest. Like Prey, the DLC for it, which again couldn't care less about. I said this to Dennis during the thing. I played that game for about an hour and I had no really incentive to go back to it. I just wasn't really hooked on it after that first hour. And it's one of those games that seems to get. It's one of those games a lot of people seem to love, but other ones just hate.
Yeah, it divides people pretty much in half.
Yeah.
You love it, you hate it.
I played the demo and it was pretty promising, but then like the start of the demo or the start of the full game was like very strong, but then it pretty much just turns into BioShock. It's like, oh, okay, this is BioShock. I've played that, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's ultimately what it's like, but that's what the impression that I got.
Yeah.
From the demo.
It's a little bit like that, but yeah, I really did not enjoy that game. I know, like, Tyler and James are all playing it and they love it. So, I don't know. I really don't like that game at all. So.
And it's really hard to kill those tiny little things.
Mimics.
Yeah. At least I thought it was when I was playing. That was really annoying.
It's not very easy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well when the game came out. It's like it was actually pretty hard, that game, because of that there. Like you had like limited scarce ammo and stuff like that, and it was hard to kill those mimics as well. That's kind of what I read up on when it came out. Wolfenstein Young Blood, which is like a co-op follow-up, I guess, where you play as the daughters of BJ Blazkowicz. Is like,
I didn't know what that was from that trailer. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
DLC or something?
Yeah, it's like pretty much a standalone follow-up to the new Colossus. It's like, yep, this time last year I probably would have been all for it now, but after playing the second one, I'm like, you gotta fix the gameplay, because I just did not enjoy playing that game. And it's just gonna be like that there, I'd be like, no thanks.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a damn shame, because I quite like the first one, but yeah. Fallout Shelter was shown Nintendo Switch and PS4.
Yep.
But then, like at the end, like we're going back to at the end, like Todd Howard came out, and I think he was on stage for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, he went on and on.
Didn't seem like that to me. I enjoy Todd Howard, so.
Yeah, I do too.
I like him as well, but like I said too, like you said, this was like 3 in the fucking morning, and I want to go to bed at this point. Like if I was watching this at a reasonable hour, I'll probably be more tolerant. But it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I just like by the time it got to near 4 o'clock, I was like, I want this to end. I just want to go to bed. I'm so fucking tired.
I like the
Please, would you go away, Todd?
The Skyrim very special edition, which was pretty great.
Yeah, the Alexa thing.
I like the fact that they acknowledge that they put Skyrim on like every freaking device that's out there.
Yeah.
And they know that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's their version of Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Minecraft, which is like those games.
Which I'm surprised was not at any press conference this year.
Yeah.
Like what, Minecraft?
Yeah, it had been at several for the past several years.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was at Microsoft's last year now. I think it was just like, hey, it's a new like gloss over 4K look or something. No, I think it was like last year, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, Fortnite's taken over. So it was all Fortnite everywhere.
I'm just one of those people. I just don't get the appeal of that game.
Yeah, me neither.
What, Minecraft or Fortnite or both?
Fortnite.
Fortnite. Oh. Minecraft I can get.
Minecraft I understand completely the appeal of that.
Yeah, a lot of people love like creating stuff in that world. Like, it's not for me personally, but I can understand why people love Minecraft. I just don't understand why people like Fortnite. I just don't know. Maybe I'm out of touch or something. I just don't get the appeal of that game. It's like I love the fact it's just called Fortnite now, whereas the fact is, Fortnite came out like a year or two ago, and it was like more of a tower defense game. You build the bases, buildings, and you defend against like zombies or whatever it was. But now, and then they added this battle royale mode, and now it's just
it was free,
and
everybody jumped on.
It's free. Everyone jumped onto it, and everyone loves it now. It's like, pretty much free. I think
that's
still
why
play that
that's probably why it's popular. It's because it's free.
Yeah,
and PUBG is not free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But PUBG was quite popular despite the fact you had to buy it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently the audience of that game has halved since January.
Oh boy, okay.
Which is quite bad, but I think as well that they banned a lot of players
for cheating,
cheaters and stuff like that as well. Yeah, so I'm sure that those figures account for that number. But yeah, like I have no desire to play. Like I played the Realm Royale game there, which is like the battle royale game of set like Paladins universe done by Hi-Res Studios, and I played a few games with it there, and it's like, this seems fine. I wouldn't go and play it every day now, but it just seems like something along those lines. I prefer to play one of those ones rather than Fortnite or PUBG or anything like that now. But yeah, there's the Todd Hart show at the end. He went on about Fallout 76. We talked about it now. It's like showed the different aspects. I like the fact whereas you can team up with other players and get like these codes to go to one of these nuke launch stations and launch a nuke and like bomb one place now. And like I was saying to Dennis though, I wonder what that's going to be like now. If it bombs, it's just going to be completely destroyed, and is it going to like reset after a certain period of time? Like, I'm sure that has to be the case now. They can't be like, okay, this can't be just like this now forever now, because if that's the case, then like in a month or two time, like the whole world's just going to be completely wasted. So I'm sure that's probably going to be like reset, or you might it'll be reset, and you probably can just like you can like fire at certain like points as well.
But the launch of the nuke is not really to kill people. It's really just to, because if you launch a nuke, you can get better high value stuff if you go into that zone. So
yeah, but not that, and you actually could fuck up people. Like people can make bases, build bases in that there, and someone can just come along and completely destroy all your hard work as well. Which is like, that's another aspect that will piss me off. Like, I've worked hours in this day, and someone can come along and just destroy it in 5 minutes or something.
You just build yourself a tiny little shelter, and that's it.
Just build a little wee bunker, just like the one in The Simpsons.
Yep, exactly.
The one when Ned Flanders does, it fucking gets destroyed by a little rock from the asteroid.
But you just build like a little. I think you can carry your shelter. Like they shown the.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. They can wee little shelter thing. Yeah, you can just carry. It's like you
can box it up and carry.
You can move it.
Yep.
Yeah, transportable shelter thing, which I think is pretty cool. Like. That'll just keep you from like losing everything pretty much.
Yeah, if it's like, okay, there's too many people here, let's move somewhere else and just pack it up and go. That's cool.
And then at the end as well, after all that, it's coming out November 14th, I think it is.
Towards the end of the year. Which is great because there's nothing now anymore. Nothing's coming out there anymore, so.
There's not a whole lot of games coming out after October, it seems. No. I have to look it up, but it seems like that's one of the very few.
Yep.
That's coming out in November. Well, there's Just Cause is out December along with Smash Brothers now, but besides those three, I can't think of anything else at the moment. And then Todd was on and he talked about a few other games. He showed off this Elder Scrolls Blades game, which is basically a mobile version of the Elder Scrolls game, which I might try out when it comes out. But
it sounds like it'll be on PC as well.
Oh, it does?
Will it?
They made it sound like it would be on PC and maybe even like PS4 or Xbox.
Because right now I think it's
it says a new free mobile game that will eventually hit every game platform possible.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see that though, because there's a lot of mobile games get ported onto consoles nowadays. Some of them I can understand. Other ones like, why is this on a console that does not work here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the Chrono Trigger Steam version, which was the mobile version.
Yeah, and people were so. I think they fixed it.
Yeah, they did.
When it came out though, people were pissed. Like, what the fuck is this? This doesn't look like Chrono Trigger. It looks really off.
Yeah. Like smooth pixels and stuff. It just looked weird.
Yeah, didn't have jack. Yeah, but I don't care anyway because I have the best version of the game on the DS anyway. So yeah. And then at the end he said, "Oh, we're making we have stuff that's on beyond Fallout that we're making Starfield, which was rumored for a while now, that they're pretty much said, okay, we're making this game, and then we're having something else beyond Starfield, which is of course Elder Scrolls 6, which is basically people like, okay, we're making this game, we're in the works of this game now, so you can shut up about it." That's pretty much.
Well, I'm glad because I would rather play Elder Scrolls 6 than pretty much anything else that was listed there, to be honest. That's what I've been waiting for. I'm surprised they're putting out another Fallout before the next Elder Scrolls. But
yeah, I thought it would been Elder Scrolls would be, because Elder Scrolls Fallout, Elder Scrolls Fallout, but nope, it was not a Fallout game. It must have been that Fallout 4 must have done really well.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, I didn't think. I thought also that there would be an Elder Scrolls game before there was a new Fallout, but there you go. I don't know.
But I think as well, probably because, okay, Fallout's at the moment though, because there's, if you want your Elder Scrolls fix, just go and play Elder Scrolls Online, I guess. That's pretty much out there, but a lot of people don't care about the MMO, multiplayer aspect. They just want to play a proper sort of single player Elder Scrolls game now, which is I can understand. I played some of Elder Scrolls Online there again, and it's pretty good. It's not fantastic by any means, but it's good. But yeah, it was Bethesda's. It was fine, but I just thought it dragged on too long because I said it was 3 a.m. here, and I just wanted to get to bed at that point.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll just continue on here. Square Enix was only 30 minutes, and after the Bethesda one, I actually was kind of glad this didn't go on too long, but a lot of people were pissed because that's it, that's what you had to show, which I can understand though, because pretty much Square Enix mostly showed nothing new except for a couple of new
trailer
games.
after trailer after trailer. So
yeah, it's just basically their version of the Nintendo Direct, and most of the games we knew about except for 2. It was, one of them was The Quiet Man, which was what's this game? Is this going to be mixture of MFA and video gameplay or something? Or what?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Show a whole lot now.
I have no idea what that is.
And then also they showed a CG trailer of Babylon's Fall, which is the new game from Platinum Games, which is yep. I just need to see that name and I'm in. I do not care. Unless it's a strategy game, which I hope it's not. I don't think it is. Then I'm in. And because I absolutely love Platinum Games, I just need to see that name signed to something. I'm in much the same way I'm in with From Software now. But yeah, they showed pretty much nothing. They showed the actual gameplay shot of the Tomb Raider. They just had like the trailer for the next patch for Stormblood expansion, which basically reminds me I need to go back and play Stormblood and play through the first 2 content updates, because I have not done that yet. Dragon Quest 11, Octopath Traveler, which I know Derek is very much looking forward to, which is coming out next month.
Yep.
Did you play the new demo?
Yes, I did. I played it yesterday. Or no, Friday. Yeah, Friday. It's awesome.
And how was it?
I
heard it's a lot better than the first one.
The first demo?
Because I heard the first demo had its problems.
I didn't have any problems with it. It's just this one is... It's kind of like the full game. Like, they gave you the full game to play for only 3 hours.
Okay.
Like, you can... So there's 8 main characters.
Like a
and you can select, like, whoever you want to start out with. And then once you finish their kind of opening quest... you can go on to any of the other characters or do whatever you want. In the original demo, you only had 2 characters to choose from, and then once you finished like their main quest, like that was it. You couldn't go anywhere in the world.
Okay.
So, but this one, I was able to start. I started with the hunter, and I finished her kind of main quest, and then I went to the next town, which had the cleric, and then you take over as the cleric and you do like their quest, and then once you finish their kind of opening cutscene, they join your hunter. In my case, the hunter was the first one I picked. So now my party consisted of the hunter and the cleric. Then I beat the cleric, the boss that the cleric has to fight. Then I had just enough time to finish that stuff and go to the next town to get to the scholar, and then like see his story intro and his like stuff, character introduction, and do the boss for him, and then like I ran out of time like the second I left the town to go to the next one. So, but just the gameplay and the music and the way it looks, it's all like fantastic, and I really want to just play it right now.
Well, you only have to wait a month's time though. It's coming out July 13th.
Yeah, that's very quick.
And yeah, I downloaded the demo, but I haven't played it yet though. I just love the look of the game. It just looks awesome. The whole 2.5D sort of diorama look. Like when I first saw it, I think it was shown. Was it last year at E3 or some direct or something that was first shown? And when I ever saw it, was like, yep, this looks pretty cool. I like the look of it, and like I said, I believe it's done by the Bravely Default team.
Yeah, and it has a similar mechanic in this.
Hopefully it doesn't have the end game thing that
I hope not.
A lot of people from playing it. I doubt it though. You never played the sequel now, did you? I don't know if it has the same kind of thing now though, but I know from like the first one, like you have to go through this bunch of bosses and stuff like numerous times to get the true ending, and it's like
you basically replay the whole game a second time to get to the true ending.
Yeah. Well, it's just like Ghosts and fucking Super Goods and Ghosts now. But yeah, that was Octopath Traveler, and it's just like not much else. Like
that Life is Strange. I think.
Yes, that was. I forgot to mention it. It was shown at the Microsoft one, but that it wasn't down on the thing here I was looking at. But yeah, it looks cool. I'm definitely getting it because it's free.
Well, they said it's free, but is it really free, or is it just the first episode is free?
Yeah, I think that's yeah.
This is just a one-off thing, I believe.
Okay.
This is not like anything. This is just like a one-off story, so it is. I believe anyway.
The main character looks like a cross between Macaulay Culkin and the main character from Life is Strange to me.
Oh my god, my jaw Max.
Yeah, it looks like a cross between Max and Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I just saw Macaulay Culkin when he was younger. That's just
much.
Yeah, and you're actually right there. It does look cross between Macaulay Culkin and Max. Yeah, but I'm in for this here though. Like I love.
Yep. Well, yeah, if it's free, I'll definitely play it for sure.
Yeah, definitely getting it. Like, I liked Before the Storm, but it was done by a different team though anyway, but I still liked it. Like, I kind of felt it fell apart a bit during the third episode, but I still liked it overall. So anything more in that universe, I'm all in for. Like, I'm looking forward to the second season or whatever it may be in the future.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it. Not much to say.
No, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
From Square Enix.
I didn't even see it, and I still haven't seen it. And I don't plan to. Like, I watched...
Yeah, you're not missing much.
I watched the Babylon's Fall thing, which didn't tell me anything, and that's it. I didn't look at that Quiet Man or whatever it was, so...
You can just watch the trailers, and you're pretty much set. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was busy getting in line. Actually, no, what time was this? This was at, like, noon or 12:30, so I was going to pick up my friend from work. So I was, like, driving.
To go to the Sony, I think.
Yeah, so like I picked him up from work, and then we went to get something to eat, and then we went to get in line. But I'll save that until we get to the Sony part.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries. Ubisoft one was next. They finally talked about Beyond Good and Evil 2 again. Basically has returning characters from the first one, Jade and Paige. I've never finished the first game, but I know a lot of people love the first game and love those characters now. And this judging from what I've heard, this looks set to be some sort of like open world where you actually can go to different planets or something, from what I can gather. And they showed a bit of gameplay, but unfortunately it wasn't showed a full screen. It was like kind of direct feed. It was showing the stage, but then showing the thing on the screen. I do not like that whatsoever. I don't get, like, did they screw up the switching over to the proper feed or anything like that now. Sometimes that seems to happen. And it was also as well where a trailer was shown and then it's go onto the stage and it's like you couldn't see the release date of the game was either. I was like, okay, can you show me the actual name of the game? But then you'd find out anyway afterwards. So, but it was just like, okay, I want to know here and now. Like, sometimes it's hard for people to see what the actual date is. But yeah, Beyond Good and Evil 2. Actually, just before we get into here, what did you think of the Ubisoft conference overall?
Who, me or
Go, Derek. Have you seen it, Derek?
So I didn't watch all of it. I did skim through the parts that I was interested in. Like, I skipped the Just Dance thing. I skipped the Trials thing. I pretty much only watched the Division 2, the Assassin's Creed thing, and then the Beyond Good and Evil. That's probably all pretty much all I watched. But it didn't seem like, from what I was seeing in the parts that I was skimming through, it didn't seem as cringy as they usually are.
No, it was pretty good, actually.
They have been, so that was good. But.
Well, it didn't include Aisha Tyler, which I know you're a big fan of, Derek.
Girl power.
I don't like her at all.
I didn't mind her like the first year or two though, but when she was keep coming back, it sort of seemed to just get worse and worse. So it did. Yep. Especially that year where the fucking guy was cosplaying as Assassin's Creed, wasn't it Jacob Frey or like a guy from Assassin's Creed Syndicate?
I was hired by I don't know what.
That section there was fucking cringeworthy, so it was. But yeah, they showed a bunch of games. Division 2 we talked about alright, so we don't need to. It was just more of a story trailer though. Like, it was pretty interesting, but we already know about that. We showed some gameplay of Skull and Bones, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm quite looking forward to this game. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks alright, to be honest. It does look. It looks fun.
I don't really have any interest.
Did you watch a little bit of it, Derek, or not at all?
No.
Not at all. Okay.
No, I know it's pretty much the ship combat from Assassin's Creed Black Flag, so.
Yeah.
Well, it is out there, but there's more to it as well. Like, there's whole ship management and stuff like that, and upgrading. But there's a bit more to it as well.
Ship RPG.
Than that there, but yeah, pretty much a ship RPG. You can switch between the whale and the guy up in the mast, looking overhead and saying, okay, is there any ships coming about and stuff like that, and you also can it's pretty much like we were talking about as well. It seems like okay, it's something along the lines of the Division Dark Zone as well, where you can team up with other ships to take down like the big warships, and you can either share the loot out or you can screw the other ships over and steal the loot all for yourself now.
So it's like the Dark Zone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's like the Dark Zone of Division. It's pretty much like that. And I think this is probably the part we didn't watch the giant bomb sort of stuff though. We just watched the like sort of direct feed streams on YouTube. But I think this is the part where Dan Reichert made a flipping stupid faux pas that he didn't realize that pirates stole.
Wait a minute, pirates steal from
what?
people?
Oh, he didn't realize pirates steal things.
Yeah.
He didn't realize that pirates. He thought it was just about like going on adventures and that there, but he didn't realize that pirates actually stole from ships and stuff like that, and buried the treasure.
Yeah.
Where do you think the term piracy comes from then, Dan? Jeez Louise.
Yeah, there's like a gif of when he says that all the other, like almost everybody just freaking like face palms, like gee, like I think Finney's like, and Vinny's looking at him like, what the fuck? Are you for real?
Just another flipping Dan.
Yeah, another Dan
moment.
Quote. Jesus, can't believe it.
Sometimes he's just I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Starlink Battle for Atlas, that was shown last year. They showed more of it this year, and they had more of the and they had the announcement that Star Fox Fox is going to be in it and has like a model of the R-Wing.
Mr. Miyamoto was there too.
Yeah. From what I looked at it though, and I actually quite liked the look of this game though. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the whole toys thing that I don't.
I hope you don't have to use the Joy-Con grip thing. I hope you can use a Pro Controller. But it seems like it would be really annoying to have the ship like right in front of you on top of the controller the whole time.
I don't think you need to actually get these ships mods. I believe you can buy them digitally as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
I heard that somewhere.
Okay.
Like, I'm sure you probably can get the Pro Controller. Like, I think this is coming out in other consoles as well, but of course, like the Star Wings.
Well, that's right. It is on other consoles.
Exclusive.
Yeah, how are they going to do it on there?
Yeah.
That's a good point. Okay.
Yeah. But like of course the Star Fox stuff is exclusive to the Switch version now.
So that's like the version of the game, pretty much.
Yeah. Like I actually definitely looked at this is also out in October, I believe. So it is. So I'm definitely looking forward. to it.
It did look cool. I'm not sure about the toy thing.
To me, it looked like what I wanted No Man's Sky to be.
Yep.
Okay.
So it did. Which just looked more like exploring plants or something, like doing dogfights and stuff like that. Whereas No Man's Sky I thought was going to be okay, going to have dogfights and explore, but it's more like explore and just salvage stuff and basically rinse and repeat ad nauseum.
Apparently that game's better now, so who knows?
Yeah, but too little, too late, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get it on PC and just start over.
Yeah, same here. I was thinking of doing that too, actually.
Probably get during the summer sale, which is come probably soon this week or maybe the next.
Yep. And they're adding full co-op too, so.
Yeah, there's multiplayer now coming, which is I think it's going to be out in time for the launch of the Xbox One version, which I think is coming out next month.
Okay.
So it is. So yeah. So basically the thing that a lot of people wanted in the first place is finally coming now, nearly 2 years later. Yep. Not a whole lot. I'm just not going to say that Transference game is a horror game. No interest in it whatsoever. So I'm out.
Elijah Wood.
It's a VR game, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a VR, like a first-person game. Yeah, I think it's VR. It's a horror thing, kind of pretty much. Like no interest.
Nope. Zero.
Don't care for. It's not like I'm too scared now. I've never been the biggest horror fan anyway.
And it's VR. I'm not gonna get a VR machine to play that.
Yeah. No thanks. The Shoot Crew 2 is like that's
that's out in
coming
2
out
weeks.
In a few weeks time. Yeah.
Some Rainbow Six.
Yeah, there's a new trial.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
There's a new Trials game, which a guy came out and stumbled over and broke something.
Yeah, I think that was planned.
Yeah, of course it was planned, but it was pretty silly anyway.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah, it was a TV thing. Yeah, and showed Trials, which is like, this is like what, the 6th one now or something?
I'm interested. I love Trials, so.
Yeah, Trials Fusion's currently out in the PS Plus, which I played a bit of there the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, it's Trials. I'm not the biggest Trials fan,
it's
but
fun.
They're fun games nonetheless. For Honor expansion.
Eric Pope's For Honor.
Yeah, I got the thing of the limited one on PC now, because they said, okay, it's coming out now for a limited time on Starter Edition. You can get for free, which I don't know if that's going to be. I can download it now for ever, I think, or if I leave, I think it's past its date now, or if it's tomorrow or something. But I've like got activated. I don't know if I have to if I download now, like say Wednesday this week. It's like, nope, can't now. The period's ended, or that's for.
Yeah, I wonder.
Now. You know, like the free weekends now, like they do on Steam now, like along those lines. I don't know exactly.
Let me know about that. I'll check if I can.
Yeah.
And some Rainbow Six, which I need to get back into. I need to play that game some more, because hardly didn't play enough of that game, and apparently it's very, very good now. So
yeah, I heard a lot of good things about it. One of the big things that surprises of this E3 is nothing long as like a game was shown, but that Ubisoft did not have the here's a new game where United Gamedom comes out in the end and announces a new game. That did not happen this year. Therefore, it ended the streak of 6 years, I believe, of that happening every single year. 2012, it was Watch Dogs. 2013, it was The Division. 2014 was... what was 2014? Rainbow Six Siege. 2015 was Wildlands. 2016 was Steep. 2017 was Beyond Good and Evil 2, and there was none of that in 2018.
I was expecting Splinter Cell, but nope.
Nope. There's no Splinter Cell, no Prince of Persia, nothing.
Nope.
They ended on Assassin's Creed Odyssey, very much like what I was gushing over how good this game looked to Dennis. Yep. I'm pretty much repeating myself here. That game looked fucking gorgeous as hell. Yep. And the color palette just looks amazing now. Just like, holy crap. I'm sure this game would just look absolutely stunning on a 4K set.
For games that are coming out this year, that's my most anticipated. Ahead of Fallout 76, just to tell you. So.
And Red Dead Redemption 2.
And Red Dead Redemption 2, yep. Because I barely know anything about Red Dead Redemption 2, so.
Yeah, of course. That's Rockstar. It's like, yeah, we just need to show you a few trailers. We know this game's going to sell because we're Rockstar. We don't need to give you any more information. Yep. We'll just leave it till like the last month before the game comes out, before we give you information, because that was pretty much the consensus of GTA 5. It's like, game's nearly out now. Here's what the online mode's going to be.
Yep.
Like, that was pretty much what they did before GTA 5.
That was very much. I adored. Origins, which was almost my game of the year last year, but it wasn't really. But yep, I'm very much looking forward to this one. So seems to be the same gameplay, a little bit more refined, maybe, like more moves and more stuff. But
yeah, and more Witcher. It's just
more Witcher.
The Witcher 3 at this point.
But yeah,
the transformation is
complete transformation. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that game. So, yep.
Yeah, I got the gold edition of Assassin's Creed Origins, and I've been playing it recently, and yep, it's very good. I'm definitely liking it a lot.
Yep.
That was it for Ubisoft. Anything else you just want to talk about before we move on to Sony?
Nope, I'm done.
I'll say that I wasn't that impressed with Odyssey. I mean, it looks good, but it looks like Origins set in Greece. Like, it doesn't. I don't know. It didn't really do a whole lot for me. Like, it looks like the same combat system and everything, pretty much. So I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. I'm not like dying to play it or anything. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can understand that. Sony's was next, and again, like this was 2 in the morning here when it was shown, and this was weird because I think it was sort of known beforehand. This one's just going to be mainly focused on these big 4 games. It's going to be The Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, and Spider-Man.
Which I didn't know, and even, like, pretty much nobody in the theater knew that where I was.
I didn't know it
so
either.
That was like, what?
Until
why did we come to
this
then?
Was,
yeah.
And after the first, we'll get to the games in a bit, but after the first game that was shown, they had like a 10 to 15 minute intermission for people to switch between theaters to get to this other set for the next game to be shown. And when I was doing that with Dennis, I was like, don't fucking tell me they're going to do this for every game.
That too. I was like, oh god, really?
Yep.
And thankfully it was not the case, because if it was, I'd be like, holy fuck, this is just really excruciating.
Yeah, I was starting to get really pissed off. I was like, fuck no. Please don't tell me they're going to do this. So, they didn't.
But luckily they did not. I don't know. I just wasn't really fussed on Sony's overall. Like, the games they showed, like Ghost, I'm so into Ghost of Tsushima. That game looks gorgeous as hell. Like, I'm definitely into it though. And for those people who don't know, I'm more excited for it than The Last of Us Part 2. Sue me. I'm definitely in the minority there, but I am. But I'll give you my thoughts on Last of Us Part 2 in a second here. But yeah, the Ghost of Tsushima looks awesome, and like the other games, we'll get to it though. But I just wasn't a big fan of the layout though. And again, they didn't show a whole lot new.
No.
It was just those 4 games and a few other things, and that was it. But like during like the lead up to the thing, they showed like they had like each day countdown that like unveiled a new game and stuff like that. There, like, was that Tetris Effect. There's a VR game, I believe, being done by Dotenod. A few VR games actually. There was actually one announced after the conference itself, which is done by From Software. It's like a Darren, a VR game. It's like, okay, it's interesting. I don't know exactly what it is now, but I'm curious. And that was pretty much it. It's interesting as well, like during some of the little wee things, like between each game or something, like each trailer or something, they had these little wee things from like Dreams.
Yeah.
We like Dream skits or something, and yet that was not shown whatsoever.
It was shown after the.
But
they showed it after.
It was shown after, but not during the actual thing itself. And that game still doesn't have a release date yet, does it?
I don't think so. No.
I don't know.
Like, that game's been in development for fucking
It's called
ever,
Dreams.
so it hasn't it's just still no sign of release date though. Like, I think that was first shown like what, 2-3 years ago. Yeah. Going back to the actual Xbox for a sec here, that showed off like the ID at Xbox stuff, and yep, below there, making it the 6th, I think, E3, no, 5th E3 that game was shown in some form or another. And that game's still not out. It was first shown at E3 2013, and then 2014, 2015, 2016, I believe, and then it wasn't showed last year because I think they said they were working on something. They were working on that OK Go game, or OK KO, sorry. I made that mistake on the actual when I was
Giant
talking
Bomb
about
made the mistake also.
Yes, OK KO, not OK Go. But yeah, they're going back to it now, which is like, please to get that game out, because I'm interested in playing that game nonetheless. But yeah, what do you guys think of E3?
Well, maybe let Derek talk
E3
because he was live.
Sony?
I mean, sorry, Sony, sorry, my mistake.
Derek was live, so I'll let him go.
Okay. So this press conference I didn't watch at home. I was actually in a movie theater to see this, and that's why I didn't get to see Square or Ubisoft live, because I was either driving or I was in line, waiting in line. But the experience was pretty good. Like, it was fun seeing it in the theater and getting free stuff. Like, I got a pin from the Ghost of Tsushima game. It's kind of like the the icon that's part of the logo. It's like a circle
That's cool.
with like a little thing in the middle of it. And it's like a pretty solid. It has good heft to it. Got that. We got a lanyard. Got a poster, although it's really not much of a poster. And then we did get some digital stuff. I got $10 PSN credit, and then I got $1,000 points in Sony rewards, which I redeemed and then immediately turned into $10 in PSN credit. So I got $20 for free. And then I got some other in-game stuff, and then I did get the Guacamelee like Ultimate Edition or whatever for PS4 for free.
Did you ever play it?
The one I just got, I haven't played. No, I think I played a demo of the original like way back.
It's very good. It's a great Metroidvania game.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I got some stuff for Terra, which is an MMO that I decided to try out, and I really like that game.
Yeah, Derek's been posting on get DM me and said I've been playing this for 5 hours and I love it.
Yeah, I played. I don't know if it was Wednesday or Thursday or maybe Tuesday. I played Terra for like more than 5 hours straight, and then I played it again for like about 2 hours the next day. And I've basically just been waiting to play with my friend, who I went with to the Sony press conference. We're gonna play that here later today after we're done with the podcast. But I don't know. I really like that game for some reason. Like the combat is what I really enjoy about it.
Yeah, like I played it like a few years ago now, and on the PC, and I really liked what I played. Just for some reason I stopped, and I would very much like to play it with you, but I don't think there's any cross-platform play, and B, also I'd have to download the US client if I wanted to, because it's one of those games. It's like, yep, region locked per se.
Yeah, that's shitty. And I got some other stuff, like something from Fortnite, which I'll never use, and then something for World of Tanks, which I will never use, and then something for Warframe, which I might use. There might have been one other thing, but I don't recall. So, the experience was fun, although, like you said, when they said they were going to focus on just 4 games, when they said that, a lot of people who were in the theater were kind of upset, and I was too. I was like, oh, really? That's it? You're just going to show 4 games?
Yeah.
But luckily, they showed more than that. But it was a big, like, downer, like when they, showed Last of Us 2, and then they had that intermission thing where they had those other people talking, and that was just pretty hard to watch. Like, it wasn't, enjoyable at all. But I think after that, it picked up pretty well, and some of the stuff they showed was pretty exciting for me.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Dennis?
Just as a side note, I bought The Last of Us Remastered yesterday on
Which
PS4.
Is shocking, because I didn't think you liked that game at all.
I'm gonna give it another chance.
He played some of it though, and he didn't finish it though, and I think he says, I don't know, not into it, and then I think some people were pushing you into playing it on Twitter.
I actually get, well, not pushed really. I got
but people saying that you give it another chance.
Yeah, like Travis is like, you should play this. Or, I mean, give it a chance. Give it a solid chance to impress you and everything. And since I don't have the game anymore, I sold it to someone. I bought the remastered edition in 4K and everything. So I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah, that was the Left Behind DLC, which I've never played.
It's really good. You don't have to play the main game to play that. So.
Yeah, exactly. So what I thought about the Sony press conference, and me and Darren were kind of like, they're showing really gross stuff during this press conference.
Yeah, like if you watch this here, and if you're not a fan of sort of graphic stuff, like, yeah, sure, video games are violent. Some video games are violent. Yes, we get it. But at least the other conferences had some sort of mixture or something.
Yeah.
Where they started off with Last of Us Part 2 here, and fucking some of the stuff in that was pretty brutal looking. And then they showed the next game, which is Ghost of Tsushima. And again, some of the stuff there with some of the kills was like pretty brutal looking.
Yep.
Weird.
And then it's like Resident Evil Remake.
Which was,
okay,
gory as hell.
it's gory as well, and Control and some other games is like, okay, some of the stuff here is just
It's
okay.
like, okay, well,
Tone it down a little, Sony. And like, we're not the only one. There is people on Twitter felt the same way. It's like, this is a bit too much now, a bit overkill with the kind of graphic stuff now. So like, we're not alone in that. Those thoughts, which is like good to hear.
I mean, I'm
like, I'm not like, oh, flipping no more violence.
Yeah,
or anything. I was just like, okay, Sony, enough. It's like, this is.
It's like a little bit of overboard on the whole. Hey, we make violent video games. I'm like, okay, well, that's cool, but wow, okay, could tone it down a little bit. I think the only one who wasn't violent was Spider-Man, which, well, it was violent, but I mean, there wasn't any.
Yeah, but it was more like
comic book violence,
cartoony. Yeah, comic, like, it wasn't like no fucking blood spurting everywhere or anything like that now.
So The Last of Us, I mean, I'll keep my reservations about that one. It's The Last of Us. It looks like you're playing as Ellie pretty much the entire time. From what they showed, it looks like more Last of Us, which, I'll tell you if it's a good or a bad thing once I finish the remastered one, the first one.
No, I know what this, like, I said it on Twitter, and I think I said it to you as well. Like, I've said this time and time again. I'm sorry, I'm a broken record at this point. Naughty Dog, top of the game in terms of presentation. Like, they make some of the best looking games for the past, several years. And story-wise, the characters, animation, all that stuff is just superb. I'm not going to fault them for that now. But when it comes to gameplay, I'm sorry, but it's just... Like, the last Naughty Dog game I loved playing was Uncharted 2.
Which is funny because
that was the last one I loved.
But I love playing Last of Us.
Yeah.
So what kind of weird universes are we from? Not the same one.
Like, watching the demo there, I was like, this looks great, but the gameplay does nothing for me. I was like, this just looks similar to the first one. I did not particularly care for the gameplay in the first one. Maybe this might be a bit better now, because of the fact is, hopefully you don't have a character who pretty much breaks the immersion, where you're trying to sneak around and not get attacked, but try to sneak around and avoid like the bandits or whatever, or savages, and like the clickers are not there, and Ellie's just running around fucking completely wide open, and they completely ignore her now. Like that was the first game that was like really stupid, broke the immersion. So hopefully you just play as Ellie for the most part on your own in this here, and that aspect of it will be fine. But like I know a lot of people love The Last of Us. Like, I know Dark, he loves it. It was probably one of your favorite games of the last generation, I take it.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's my game of the year that year.
To me, it's one of the most overrated games of the generation.
Really interesting, because I have that same exact opinion about Uncharted, like, as a whole.
Yeah, it's just great here. We can talk, like, we have different opinions and stuff. Though, I people love The Last of Us and GTA 4, and I think they are two of the most overrated games of the last generation.
I mean, Last of Us, I can't really talk for Last of Us. Like, I never finished it or anything. I got killed a lot at one point, and I was like, fuck this, I'm not playing anymore. But
how far did you get? Do you remember?
I got to a point right after when Joel gets hung up, and he has to shoot the zombies or the clickers or whatever coming in from upside down with the gun. They're coming into like a factory place or something like that.
I think you're in Pittsburgh. I think
it's Pittsburgh. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
that's where I got. And right after that, I need to get into. I think we're breaking into something, and there's clickers or stuff coming towards me, and I could never shoot them in time, or I was missing. Like I didn't have any bullets or enough bullets or whatever, and I saved at that point, and it kept reloading me at that point. So I never had enough bullets, and I never had enough thing, and I was like, no, fuck it, I'm not gonna restart this. screw it.
It's probably best to play it on easy.
Yeah,
then,
that's what I'm gonna do for sure.
just to experience the story, because that to me, like I don't know like Derek now if he'd say play it on easy, but to me, if you just want to play it for like the story, then play it on easy.
Yeah, I agree.
mean,
Although I know when the game came out, people were saying to play it on hard, which is insane. Like I wouldn't play any game on hard on purpose, in my opinion.
Yeah, unless you're Darren.
Unless you're trying to get trophies, but even then, it's like, I don't have the.
I don't play every game. I don't play every game on hard now, but just play certain games. Like I'll play God of War games on hard, and I played the last Tomb Raider on hard. I'm playing Origins on hard at the moment as well, which
Oh, that's gonna be tough to play on hard Origins. Jeez, that's not an easy game, especially at the beginning when you're very underleveled.
Oh yeah, it's pretty difficult. I've died a bunch of times.
But yeah, I mean, Last of Us. If we went back to the overrated thing, GTA 4, no doubt, one of the most overrated games of all time.
Yeah,
Very much so.
I do agree on that.
Very much so. But I can't say that for The Last of Us. I'm not in that boat with you, Darren. I mean,
yeah, because you haven't.
I haven't finished it, and I think it's an important game in the history of video games. Like, it's a very important game. I mean, it's, everybody bases some games are based on what Last of Us did, and, it's one of the best stories I know the story, so I know what happens and everything, but it's one of the best stories, I think. And the very, very start of that game, I was, like, crying the very first, like, scene of that game.
Yeah.
I mean, I was bawling on my chair. I was like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Is this gonna be like this the entire time? So, I mean, jeez. I mean, it's an important game. I wouldn't say it's overrated compared to GTA, which I think is highly overrated in every aspect. So
I'd say a thing as well. GTA 5, I think it's overrated as well.
I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you on that one though.
I enjoyed GTA 5 more than I did 4 now, but like to me, like this is the thing. I like GTA. I'm not saying I didn't like GTA 4. I did enjoy it, but I liked the story of it. I like the characters for the most. I like the characters. I just didn't like the moment-to-moment gameplay. I just didn't like the mission variety. That was the biggest problem I had with that. Whereas on 5, it was pretty much the other way around, where I think the mission variety was better, but it just did not care about the story. It just didn't care about any of the characters whatsoever. Like I said, Trevor just got on my nerves after a while, and that to me, like, that was the other way around.
That game's still going strong. All these years.
Yeah, it still fucking sells, but it's still in the bloody top 10 for here in the UK for like ever now. Like that. Red Dead Redemption 2 I'm looking forward to now, because that was the last Rockstar game I loved, and it's the only Rockstar game that was in my top 10 in the last generation.
Yeah.
Like it's my favorite game, favorite Rockstar game besides GTA San Andreas and Vice City.
But to go back to the Sony press conference, Ghost of Tsushima looks really good. I'm gonna play that game because it looks awesome. It looks really fun. What was the other one? The third?
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding.
I just want to see more of what that actual game is, though, because what I saw there, I was like, okay, what's this? You just deliver stuff and sneak past these like shadow creatures.
Looks like Death Walking to me more than anything else, but I don't know what type of game it is, or it's a Kojima game, so it can be anything and everything at the same time, so I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see more on that game. Star-studded cast, though. I mean, Jesus. I mean, a lot of stars in that.
Norman Reedus, Rax Mikkelsen, Leah Seydoux, who all I know her from is Spectre, and was Lindsay Wagner, who I have no idea who that is.
But yeah, it's well-known people in that game, which is surprising. And Spider-Man, which I'm very much looking forward to.
I'm very much looking forward to it. I can't wait to play that game.
Very much looking forward to Spider-Man, which I think is my most anticipated out of the Sony thing, for sure. So that's my opinion on Sony. Nothing else to add.
Did you go, Derek?
What? Did I?
Did you go?
Did I talk about my opinion of Sony?
Yeah, I don't think you
I
have.
talked about the experience of the press conference.
Yeah, experience. Yeah, go ahead.
I thought once we got past the intermission section, like I thought it really picked up, and I thought it was a good press conference from that point forward. I'm disappointed there wasn't any like big surprise. We didn't get to see any Final Fantasy VII remake footage, either here or at the Square Enix press conference, which probably was my biggest disappointment of the whole E3. But there was no like big, fan servicey surprise like Shenmue 3 or the Final Fantasy VII remake or anything like that, which I'm always looking forward to in every press conference, but I know that's not totally realistic.
Yeah.
But
this silly thing as well. They ended on Spider-Man again.
Yeah, it didn't. At the end, it was kind of like, okay, that's it. So that was it. Was
like
disappointing there for sure too.
Yeah, like last year they ended on Spider-Man, a gameplay demo, and it was the same thing here.
Yep.
Like I think it probably would have been better if they switched Death Stranding and Spider-Man around, just to make it a bit different.
Yeah, I think so too, because they hadn't shown any gameplay of any kind for Death Stranding, so.
Yeah.
I think they're banking much on Spider-Man for this year, of course. So that's why they showed it last.
At least they didn't show Days Gone again. That was good.
Yeah.
But because it's been delayed till next year, though, that's pretty much the reason why.
But yeah, Neo 2 was a surprise. I didn't expect that to be shown at all. So that's cool. No.
Well, it wasn't shown per se. It was just
announced
like in this trailer.
Shown
or something.
in the sense of like acknowledging that it exists.
Yeah.
This one's coming.
Like, I didn't expect one to happen like so soon, but I'll probably be like next year sometime. But like, me and Derek are, we're on board with this game.
And yeah, that Ghost of Tsushima looks really cool as well.
Yep.
I want to see like actual gameplay footage, like if there's a HUD or how all that works and stuff. So it looks really good. And then I'm totally on board with Last of Us Part 2. I'm excited for sure. So. And then Resident Evil 2 remake, which I almost kind of forgot that they were doing, but then during that trailer, at first I wasn't sure what the game was. Like they were showing like a rat, like the viewpoint of a rat.
Yeah.
Something going on, and then the shelf falls over and kills the rat, and then you see Leon like fighting with the zombie, and like I was like, okay, yes, this is Resident Evil 2.
No, it wasn't Leon fighting. It was like this guy getting bit by a zombie and then got shot by Leon.
Well, in any case, once I saw him in like his uniform and like the patch on the side, like we knew. And actually, everybody in the theater like cheered at that point. It was cool. So, I'm really excited for that. And I saw some of the gameplay, and it looks like Resident Evil 4 gameplay. Like behind the back, like the shoulder view. And yeah, I'm very excited for that for sure.
Yeah, that'll get me to play it because I think 4's still the best in the series. Like I played like the ones before it though, but I just wasn't into the whole tank controls kind of thing. 4 was the one that got me on board because I just liked the gameplay in it more. So if it's just gonna be something like that, I'm in.
2 was the first one I played, and I loved that game, and I still love that game, and I played it like several times over. Trying to increase my clear time each time. So.
Yeah, a lot of people consider it to be like the best of the old school Resident Evil games.
Oh, definitely.
Like that, and like a lot, and like some people like Code Veronica a lot as well.
Control looks kind of cool, but it looks like that Quantum Break game, sort of.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Well, after looking at after seeing it from Remedy, it's like, okay, yeah, that's definitely a Remedy game.
Exactly.
And yeah, Spider-Man the combat looks really good. It doesn't look like it's the Batman Arkham City combat, which I'm happy about because I'm not really a big fan of that kind of combat. I really liked, there was a Spider-Man game, I forget what it was called, It was multi-platform. It was on 360, PS3. Like Venom was like a big part of it in that one. That game I really liked. So I'm
Web of
probably
Shadows.
what it was. Yeah.
There's a few. There was something Fate or something. And then there was like Spider-Man 3. Then there's the Shattered Dimensions one where you play as the different Spider-Mans, like 2099 and
It wasn't that
Spider-Man
one.
Noir. No, I think that was like Web of Shadows. I think that was the one before Shattered Dimensions, because that was the one that had I think I had Spider-Man, I had Venom on the cover, and I think I had Wolverine as well.
Yeah, I think that was the one. So I really like that game. So if this is any similar at all to that game in terms of, you know, the way it feels, like I'm gonna enjoy it. And it looks great. Like just looks swinging around, looks really cool, and the combat looks to be pretty fun. Like there's a lot of different moves and stuff. So it looks like it runs. You know, it's really fluid. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good press conference once they got rid of after the intermission part. Yeah, that was a little cringy there. So probably not the best press conference, but I thought it was okay overall.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had not to say they had the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer as well, which is like this is the third time.
Yeah, and they showed
it's like jeez.
Ship combat for the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, ship combat in it. Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, this is it was in Kingdom Hearts 2 as well. It was not the ship combat, but the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff was in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay.
So I know it.
One thing I'm curious about that game is
more.
if they're going to get the voice actors from all the movies. Like, are they going to get Tim Allen and Tom Hanks for Toy Story? Because that'll probably be pretty expensive.
No, I think I think it's I'm not sure about Tim Allen thing, but I know when in the video games, the Toy Story ones, like that Toy Story 3, it's done by his brother, Tom Hanks' brother.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
So it is.
Interesting.
But yeah, well, it's not gonna be Halo Joe Osmond anymore with Sora, of course.
Yeah.
It was for like 1 and 2 though, but it's like so long now. Like he's fully grown now. Like I don't know who it is now who does the voice of Sora. But yeah, looking forward to it. I think that's it pretty much. I think I've given our thoughts on Sony overall. Finally, it was Nintendo's, and oh boy, this was quite interesting to watch. Me and Derek watched this one live, the direct.
It's rough.
They start off with Demon X Machina, which is this new kind of Mac game. It's done by former From Software and guys who made the Armored Core series, which I know someone I follow on Twitter is like a big fan of the Armored Core series, and he just wanted a new Armored Core game, and I think he's quite excited for this here because it's pretty much like a new Armored Core game per se, and it looks pretty cool. I like the look of it, like this sort of it kind of just reminded me of No More Heroes or Killer Is Dead, that kind of cell shaded look. So it did, but with Max. What did you did you even watch the direct, Dennis, afterwards or?
No, I didn't. I just heard some echoes and I said, nope, not good about her. I'm really not good about her.
Good choice.
Yeah, it was a good choice though, because when me and Derek were watching, it's like, okay, I was showing Smash Bros. Okay, I'm sure there's going to be something after this, and it kept on going, and then it kept on going, and it kept on going.
Did they reveal
I know you thought it was done. Yeah, it was pretty much showing every single fucking character,
like all their moves and like
that was in Smash.
All the little nitpicky changes they made to each.
Yeah, that no one would give a shit about except for the most hardcore Smash Bros. Fans.
Really? Jesus.
Yeah.
It really should have been a separate direct, Joe. It's just Smash.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like that was, and we weren't the only ones there. There was people on Twitter. A lot of people were saying, "What? Come on, end this already. This is painful to watch." And it's like, yeah, I'm sure if you're like the big Smash Brothers fan, this is all great and all, but I'm sure there's some Smash fans as well probably getting, okay, this is a bit too much now. I kind of want to be surprised.
Yeah.
They're kind of blowing or showing too much at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just went on 25 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
So
25 minutes of the direct, which was what, an hour?
And the direct was like 45 minutes.
Okay.
So pretty much over half the direct was dedicated to one
Jesus.
game. It should have been its own thing, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like Smash though, but I'm not the biggest fan. Like, I loved playing Melee back in the day, and I really liked the Subspace Emissary mode from Brawl. I didn't really play a whole lot of the Wii U version now. Like, I barely played it. I probably played like maybe a couple of hours, and that was it. So I never played any of the DLC characters. So this will be great for me when I'm going to get this anyway, because I like to play as Bayonetta and Cloud and see what they're like. Because I never got to play as them. But yeah, it just went on too damn long, and just got to the point. It's like, this is just ridiculous. Like, other than that, there wasn't really a whole lot shown here. Like, there's just the games we already know about that just got, like, Fortnite finally is going. It was released that day on Switch. It's like, but that was pretty much known already.
Exactly.
Of course, it's going to be shown. Dragon Ball Fighters is coming out on Switch, which I know a lot of people wanted to see happen, and it is. Overcooked 2 is coming. Dan Reichert happy with new Mario Party game, where everyone else flipping groans like, oh god, no, not another one. So are we going to see the return of Mario Party?
Yeah, probably.
Stan and Drew and Dan going to go over to the office in San Francisco, probably, and Drew going to come in and do Mario Party. I hope they do.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And this looks like to be the old school Mario Party game, and not the kind of ones in the last few where it's just basically you just go on this linear path and this vehicle all together and just do a bunch of mini games which lasted all of like 30 minutes or so. So it's going to be back to the old school, like, I don't know if it's going to have 50 turns now, but it sets to be the old school kind of, go around the board now and do a bunch of other mini games and stuff like that. And then, like, they showed a cool way of the Switch control where they had this like top-down tank game, and just like swipe the thing with the thing to sort of show, okay, this is where this other Switch other Switch console is, so you can sort of play them together. Then it was pretty cool the way it worked. But yeah, that's it. They had like Octopath again, not there, but
and they did announce a new Fire Emblem game, which is not on this list. A new Fire Emblem game for Switch, which
they did announce that there was a game was a Fire Emblem game being made for Switch though, like last year sometime, but it was like officially unveiled here. I was saying 3 houses.
Yeah, so it's weird. It doesn't seem like it's just one-on-one combat, which is what it has been in the game, or like 2-on-2. But now it's like you have your leader, and then you have like your troops behind you or something when you're fighting.
Yeah, like archers and like foot soldiers and stuff like that.
I'm not sure how that's gonna work. And then there was
I know a lot of people
DLC or something for Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yeah, it's like the story expansion, because there was like an expansion season pass for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 that was available with the game itself, but this is going to be it's basically the expansion. It's like a story DLC, so it is.
Which I do want to play that game anyway. It looks really good, and I do want to play the first game on Wii U as well. So just have to get around to it at some point.
What you want? Xenoblade Chronicles X?
Yeah, the Wii U one and the Switch Chronicles? One. I want to play both of them.
Okay, yeah.
I've actually tried the Wii U one. I played it for like about 15 minutes at a friend's house, and I liked.
Did you play the original Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii? No. Okay. It's quite good, but man,
is that the one that has like the insane amount of side quests that you played?
Okay. Yeah, the one I got burnt out on. I think this is probably going to be. I don't know if it's the same now for X, and I played a number of hours of X. I liked what I played of it though, but like I said, I got burnt out on Chronicles because of the amount of side quests, and you kind of need to do them in order to level up. So you do. Like they showed a bunch of other, like Killer Queen Black, which looks
like
okay, I guess. Yeah, like Jace, Towerfall. So it's like, yeah, not the biggest fan. Hollow Knight, they showed off, like, this was announced for, I think it was coming to Switch for a while, but like Reggie was on the thing and said, like, Hollow Knight's coming and has all the DLC and it's out now. And I'm basically like, yes, finally people who love the Switch can get to play this marvelous game that came out last year on PC and it was one of my favourite games of 2017. I know a bunch of people on my Twitter feed has bought this game now. None of you have played it now, have you? No. I've thoroughly recommend. If you like Metroidvania games, definitely get it. It's basically Metroidvania meets Dark Souls.
Okay.
Is what I said to someone. Because someone on my Twitter I followed asked for fun recommendations on the Switch, and I basically said Hollow Knight was one of my favorite games of last year. It's Metroid meets Dark Souls. It's like the Dark Souls in terms of like the kind of world's kind of Dark Souls-esque and like the lore.
Okay, not the difficulty.
Like you find these items. It's a pretty hard game now, but not like really hard. But it's like in terms of Dark Souls, it's more like the way the lore, the way they sort of tell their story. Like you fight these characters around, you talk to these characters throughout the world, and like you find these items and have these like quite interesting descriptions and stuff like that, like in a Souls game. And also like if you die, then it has to leave your sort of your currency there, like your I forget your geo, or I think it's geo now. That's like the currency, and you have to go back to there. You have to kill it, like this black sort of phantom thing that come. You have to kill it to when you get back to the point where you died, in order to regain your geo and like your stuff. So you do, or else you're gonna lose it forever. Then it's pretty much that aspect from Souls is in this as well. But yeah, I love that game, and the fact is, it's $10.99. It was $10.99 when it came out in PC, and I think it is fairly worth that price. Though I think it's one of the best games of that genre in the last number of years, and I just can't say any more good words about it. Though it has all the DLC as well, which was free with the free updates on the PC version, which I've never played though. I might download it sometime and try it out though, because I'd definitely like to play more of that game.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything else really. Like, if you have any closing thoughts?
No news on Metroid? Nothing?
Yeah, that was gone. That was absent from the press conference.
Okay.
Yeah, it was not. Yeah, it was just basically shown like on newsletters, like, yeah, this is not coming out. This is what we're not ready to show anymore. Show this game yet. It's like that sucks.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like he's announced it like a year ago. I don't know if they even started working on it yet though. It probably was like in pre-production or something last year. I'm not sure. This was like, just announce this, okay, and just worry about it later. And that Yoshi game is delayed till next year, which sucks as well because it was supposed to come out this year. It's like, although they showed them more of that Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu thing as well, which is like cool, I guess. And has like, it shows this Pokeball Plus thing you can use as well. You can actually use it to play as a controller, and it comes with a Mew as well, which is pretty cool for those people.
It actually sounded like you said, "Let's go eat Pikachu." I was like, okay, what game is this?
That's the fucking
Sony.
Kind that's the sadistic version of it. Let's go eat Pikachu. Yum yum yum. Pikachu. Yeah, that's like Pokemon, yeah. But there is going to be a proper sort of normalized version of Pokemon supposed to come out next year now. Like, people assumed this was it.
But they didn't show it here, of course.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll probably be announced maybe in a future direct.
So a lot of third-party stuff, not really any Nintendo, apart from Smash.
Yeah.
Not really.
Mario Party, maybe.
Mario Party, yeah.
Third party?
Like, in terms of coming out the rest of the year, like Super Mario Party and Smash, I think are the only games they have in terms of first party.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of like the last few months of the year, like there's games like things out next month now. Most of the other stuff is like ports of games that came out in Wii U. Like, there's Captain Toad's coming out next month, Octopath Traveler, which is it's not like it's kind of it was an exclusive game for the Switch anyway out there now. So
but it's coming out on something else. Octopath. It's not a.
It's only
Switch
no,
exclusive.
It's exclusive.
Oh, it is okay.
For Switch.
Okay.
Yeah, it might make its way to somewhere else and maybe in the future. I don't know. I don't know if it's a time exclusive or anything now. If it's just a completely I'd say it probably would be exclusive for Switch.
Like the Bravely Default games were.
Yeah, because it's done by the same team. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it. Anything else before we, I think, sort of.
Well, there was the PC game show which I watched, and they announced Yakuza 0 and Kiwami coming to PC. I think it's this year. So that'll give me reason to go back and play Yakuza 0 again on the PC. So because that game is fantastic. So
yeah.
I'm good though. As much as I love that game, I'm good.
You're not gonna go back
again. I'd play
unless
it just to get the platinum. Like I wouldn't start over on PC.
I
But
played just
I'm glad it's on PC, and more people can play it for sure.
I'm just gonna be. I'm more curious to see what people do with mods.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good point.
That'll be interesting.
That would be cool.
If I could just play the club, the cabaret club thing, I'd probably just play that for the entire time.
That's coming. That's back in Kiwami 2.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Like if you watch the trailer for Kiwami 2, there's like a split. There's like a second you see of it, so you do.
Okay.
And it's
And
like,
it has that clan
back.
thing with like all the New Japan wrestlers in it.
Yeah, New Japan wrestlers of the 90s.
Okay.
Of that, no, not that. It's the 2000s. Of that era.
Yeah, they have it in 6. They have that in 6. So.
Yeah, that was like more the current New Japan lineup, like Okada and Naito and ones like that. And this one has like Muto and some of the ones back then.
Okay.
Because I think it's set in 2006 now, Kiwami 2.
I think so, yeah. Something like that.
So it is.
That'll be interesting, though.
Yeah, that's out in a couple of months' time, which I'm very much looking forward to playing.
Same here.
I know you've been playing Yakuza 6 at the moment, haven't you,
Yep.
Dennis?
I'm on chapter 8 of 13. So. I haven't gotten to play the frickin' baseball minigame yet, which kind of pisses me off. It's supposed to trigger, and it hasn't triggered for me, so maybe I'm missing something or a part of the story or something.
Aren't you supposed to like go to it or something? Like it's supposed to be at like the top of the Kamurocho?
Yeah, you're supposed to be in Onomichi, because you have Kamurocho and Onomichi in the game. So you need to be in Onomichi to go to the baseball field and play baseball.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. That there. Well, I was thinking of the home run one. Yeah, that's right. There's that mini game, baseball mini game. Yeah, and the stadium. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, forgot about that.
I'm stuck in I'm in Kamurocho right now, and I cannot go to Onomichi until I get to the end game part. Like they did in 0. You say, okay, if you want to do...
Oh, well, you can switch, if you could switch between...
Yeah, if you want to do some last stuff before we go, and so I have to wait for that. So. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's a good game. It's not as good as 0, in my opinion, but it's still a very good game, to be sure.
That's the thing that sucks though. All 0 was like our first game, like once we finished all of us together though. And it has set a bar
very high.
where very high bar that's going to be hard to top now. But I think a lot of people do, like even Yakuza fans. Some Yakuza fans have said that is the best one. 0. Because it was had a great story, just had great mini games, just had all that cabaret games, just one of the best sort of side things in a video game ever. And just can't wait to play it again. I don't know if it's going to be the same or it's going to be somewhat different in Kiwami 2 now, but yeah, I'm definitely getting it.
I hope it's the same.
I forgot, did any of you see that Sable game?
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that, yeah.
No.
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Like
I agree.
The actual visual style looks really cool as well. Like I say, I'm a sucker for games with unique art styles, and this one does have a cool visual style. It's kind of like a exploration game. You just go around this world, so you do, and explore and find different little things though. But it looks pretty cool. Like you go on this like kind of like bike, kind of hover bike kind of thing, isn't it? So
something like that.
Star Wars or something. And the character looks a bit like the character from Hyper Light Drifter.
Like their compilation video.
Yep.
Yeah. You see like 3 seconds.
Like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was shown at the PC Gaming Show as well. It had like the 2 guys from the team. So that, like I watched a bit of the PC Gaming Show.
I watched it all, yeah.
So it did.
There's a game on PC called like Little Big World or something like Little Big something that looks similar to that has a similar style.
That doesn't ring a bell.
Giant Bomb.
It was a trailer of it, was it?
Well, it's a game that's been out, but it has a similar art style to it.
Okay.
I forget what the actual title of it is, but.
What did you say? Giant Bomb covered it?
I think there was a video on it. Vinny played it.
Yeah, quick look.
Okay, I'll have to look it up then. See. There's another game that Giant Bomb put a trailer right off that I'm actually curious to play as well. Sakuna of Rice and Ruin, I think it is, of Rice and Men or something. No, I think it's of Rice and Ruin, which looks pretty cool. It's like a mixture between like a farming simulator and like kind of a side-scrolling kind of action game, something like something like Metroid or like you kind of Mystical Ninja or something along those lines. Looks pretty cool.
It's called Tiny and Big Grandpa's Leftovers, and I'm.
Oh yeah, that game. Yeah.
As I thought when I'm looking at it now, but kind of.
Yeah, that's yeah. I thought when you were talking about a game, I thought it was like a sort of more recent game, but no, that's a game's been out for some time now. Yeah, that's right.
Tiny and Big.
Anything else you want to bring up before we call it a day?
I think our anticipated games.
Yeah, like what's sort of been on your market?
Well, I basically took
what
every
looking forward to
from E3 and I made a list, like in alphabetical order. Some of them we talked about, so I'll just kind of go through them real quick. Anthem, Babylon's Fall, Battletoads. I don't really know what that's going to be. If it's a side-scrolling beat 'em up, then I'm on board. Code Vein.
Hope it's not as difficult.
Yeah, I hope so too. Code Vein, I'm getting. It wasn't at any press conference, but I know it was playable at E3, and that's coming out in September.
It's out September as well. Yeah,
for sure.
I think it's co-op, doesn't it?
It does have co-op. Yep.
Well, yeah, it's done by the team who do the God Eater games anyway, so of course.
Control, we talked about. Cyberpunk, we talked about. Daemon Ex Machina, we talked about. Death Stranding, Doom Eternal, Dying Light 2. Final Fantasy 7 Remake, which was not there, but we talked about that. Forza Horizon 4, I really want to see what the progression system is like, but it looks fantastic visually. Ghost of Tsushima, we talked about. Kingdom Hearts 3. Metro Exodus, we briefly mentioned it, but I watched some gameplay of that, and it looks like it's there's more like customization options to it, like you can customize your guns and stuff. And
did you play any of the other two?
I played the first one and I finished it. I liked it, even though it was hard, and it was hard because you don't have a lot of ammo, and your ammo is also
the bullet economy.
Yeah, so that was hard.
I believe the Redux version, you can make it play more like the second one.
Okay, I haven't played the second one at all.
So you do? I heard the second one's better. Like I've got the Redux versions on PS4 though, and I played like a bit of the first one.
Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, which I was not in anything, I don't think, but I'm curious how that plays after playing Monster Hunter World for over 100 hours.
It's just gonna be like it's gonna be like
that's
the
what
old
I
school
hear, but I
Monster
wonder.
Hunter
I want to try it at least to see how approachable it is, if that makes sense.
But after playing War now, I played like a bunch of 4 Ultimate, and I played like I played a bunch. I finished the main story in War now. I didn't go play it past the end of the game now, but I know you have and other people like this. what girl I follow on Twitter, Charlie. She's from Australia. She was a former guest on the show. She's like played like it for like 200-300 hours. She's just so into it. So she is. I think this is like our first one in the series as well.
No, the friend I went with to the Sony press conference, he's the biggest Monster Hunter fan. Well, probably not the biggest, but he's a huge fan. And when I sent him a message, so he was at work when they actually announced this game, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. I sent him a message and I sent him the link to the trailer, and he told me that he was like in tears, like he was so excited because he loves the game so much, like when they announced it. So yeah, I know the die-hard fans, like the old fans, are very excited for this new one. Neo 2 we mentioned, Octopath Traveler we mentioned, Rage 2, Resident Evil 2 we mentioned, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice we mentioned, Spider-Man, Starfield. I would like to see what that is. If it's the same kind of format as Fallout and Skyrim and Morrowind and all that, I'm gonna be on board. The Crew 2, I really liked what I played in the beta. The controls felt really solid. It didn't feel like difficult to control any of the vehicles, no matter if it was the boat or the plane or the car or off-road or anything. Like, it all felt really good. I enjoyed the way it felt.
Yeah, like me and Dennis played the beta there together like a couple of weeks ago now, and yeah, we're definitely interested. It's pretty much like their version of Forza Horizon.
Yeah,
at
that's
this
what it
point,
seems
so
like.
it
It
is.
seems like it's exactly like Forza Horizon. It's just that
Yep.
you have planes and boats and stuff. So I'm
The original
curious
one.
to see how how that's going to work, because as it is in the beta, there's no real reason to actually drive from one part of the country to the other when you can just warp to all those different events. So like,
Yeah, that's
what's
the thing. Yeah.
what's the incentive to get me to actually drive that distance? I know they do have those little like drive this fast through this part of town.
Yeah,
or those kind of
the
things in
speed
the
challenges
town,
and
but,
stuff like that. Yeah.
those aren't really that rewarding. So
Yeah, I wonder if that was just in the demo, or if it's going to be a standard thing that's going to happen. I wonder.
yeah, I don't know. I think the open beta for that is what? This
Next weekend?
coming up? Or next weekend?
I think it's this weekend.
Yeah.
Coming, I think.
Division 2.
I don't need to play the beta.
No,
Open
I
beta
don't-
though.
I
It's
don't
going to be the same stuff. Like I'm sold on that game anyway
Yeah.
after playing it.
Division 2, I just hope they can improve on the end game stuff, because
Hmm.
it was it was a lot of fun.
That was the-
in the beginning for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, that was the big problem with that game. Though, there was just no end game.
Yeah, it
there,
became
really.
a little bit boring towards the end. Yeah.
Elder Scrolls 6, we talked about. I want to see what that is. I want to play it.
But that won't be out
2
for
years.
At least
that-
2020.
That's not going to be out
At
for.
least 2 years, yeah,
No, I think it's going to be longer
Oh, really?
than that. I think that's going to be a next generation
Okay.
game.
could be. Last of Us Part 2, we talked about, and then The Surge 2, which wasn't anywhere, but it was playable there.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's being made.
It looks
Yeah.
like it looks like it might have some more variety in like the environments and like the weapon types and stuff. So
I'm surprised they actually
that's
are
good.
doing a second one of those.
I guess it
didn't
must have
think-
done well enough.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot, so I'm totally on board for
Must
that.
have done very well for them to do.
I still need to get it though, but like I'd like to play the 45 minutes I've played of it before it crashed off the demo.
It's definitely worth playing. I liked it. It's way better than the hell is it called?
Lords of the
it's better
Fallen.
than that for sure. And that's it. That's what I have for my list.
So what about you, Dan? What's the games that you're most looking forward to coming
Oh
out
boy,
of E3?
Fallout 76, Spider-Man, Assassin's Creed, Odyssey. What else? I mean, the games that are coming out quite yet that are on the horizon, Ghost of Tsushima and Cyberpunk, of course. There's a couple like that. Oh my god, I can't wait! But it's a little bit excited, like Gears 5. See what that's all about. Forza Horizon. the Crew, the Division. I mean, like it's pretty much like a cavalcade, pretty much everywhere in my list of things I'm anticipating. We haven't talked about Hitman 2, which is coming. Also, I can't wait to play that.
Yeah, it's coming out November, I believe, and it's actually not going to be episodic. It's going to be proper, like, here's the game. It's going to have the six missions, and it's going to have, like, elusive targets and that there in the future.
So I'm very excited for that. What else? Well, a lot of stuff. I mean, I won't go too much into detail about everything I'm looking forward to, but that's pretty much the basics, if you want, of what I want to play. So, what about you, Darren?
Well, it's like yourselves. There's a bunch of games. Like in terms of like games coming out of this year's E3, I think it's been quite a good year because there is a lot of games like I'm looking forward to playing. There's very few that I'm like really like. To be honest, I just want to say, I want Cyberpunk 2077.
That's probably my number one, to be honest. But I don't think it's coming out even next year. So
yeah, it's gonna probably be a ways off though. Though, like if it's not next year, it'll be 2020 probably. Like we didn't even see any proper gameplay footage. We just see like the in-game engine world, but like it just looked fucking cool. So it did. But like, for judging what people said about the demo, though, it just like this is the big game coming out of E3. Just like that, just stunned everyone. Just like this is the game. And that's probably like my most anticipated though. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice because it's a From Software game, and I love From Software. And so I'm definitely looking forward to it now. Like some of the games you just mentioned already, like Spider-Man, of course, definitely looking forward to it. Ghost of Tsushima. But some of the games we're already knew about, though, coming though, and I've already seen some footage of. Neo 2, like I love Neo, so definitely looking forward to it. Kingdom Hearts 3. I actually bought Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 remix there because I kind of want to play through the games before the third one comes out, so I've got 6 months to play through the entire series, which is going to be some. Well, I did play 1 and 2 though, but it's been such a long time since I played them. Kind of want to play through them again. Like I played the first one back in 2002, 2003, and 2006 was Kingdom Hearts 2. So yeah. What else here? Forza Horizon 4, mainly because it's set in UK. That's really the reason why I'm looking forward to it now. Control looks pretty cool, so it does. Starlink Battle for Atlas, Division 2, because hopefully it proves again game stuff. Shadows of the Tomb Raider, I don't think any of you mentioned it.
No, yeah, that's right. That's going to be good.
Let's see what else here. I think I'm just looking through these games here again. With Devil May Cry 5, I'm looking forward to trying it because it looks pretty cool though. It does look, it looks similar in a way to DMC though. Like I'm sure they might retain a few of those stuff, even though it's done by Capcom and not Ninja Theory, which also we forgot to mention has been acquired by Microsoft now. So that's a big get because I really like Ninja Theory. They've made awesome games. And
they bought like
every game I've played of. No, every game I've played of theirs I really liked. Yeah, they've got like you want to say. I think you want to say like the
4 or 5.
4 or 5. Like they said, we acquired Playground Games, and when I was saying this to Dennis when we were watching it live, it's like, okay, that's strange. I thought they were already part of Microsoft because it seemed that way.
Exactly.
Like, because all they've made since they've been formed was Forza Horizon, so I assumed they were already there. They got Undead Labs, which is like the one State of Decay.
Same thing, like that's only been on Microsoft and PC. I mean, Xbox and PC, so yeah, strange.
Yeah, and they got that compulsion games of doing that We Happy Few, which is coming out soon. Which we didn't mention, no, but it looks quite interesting.
Yeah, it looks interesting now. For sure.
I honestly thought that game was out already. I didn't know it wasn't out.
It was out in game preview. It was like came out like not too long after it was sort of announced, but it was on game preview on Xbox.
People didn't really like it
properly.
So.
Yeah, but I think I heard it's like different now.
Yeah,
it was. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Can't think of any. Sable, I'm looking forward to it because it looks pretty cool. I'm sure there's a lot of games I'm going to be forgetting now once I like get off here and it's like, oh fuck, I forgot about to mention this game or this game. But yeah, there's just some of the ones I can recall now. But like Cyberpunk 2077 is probably the top of my list, and then Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. They're probably like my most anticipated.
Yep.
So anyway, this went on longer than I expected to be. I have to get going, so thank you guys for joining with me. I'll probably be doing another episode because it's been a while since we actually did an episode where we talked about games for like a length of time. I'll probably do one when I'm off next month, so because I want to talk about Celeste and how fucking hard that game is. I'm sure you want to talk about Yakuza 6 and that there dancing that there and whatever if you're joining us, Derek, whatever, I don't know if you are, or you can talk about Super Robot Wars and whatever you've been playing.
We'll see.
So we'll see. Anyway, guys, thank you all for joining us, and we'll guess to see you next time for the next episode. Goodbye.
Bye.